I love that intro so much. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Less Stable Podcast. We got the boy Frankie here.
Hello.
We're back. We're back in action. Hopefully you guys liked the last episode, but this one's going to be live. It's going to be fire. Number one, because the Eagles are in the playoffs. Eagles fans, we're in the playoffs, baby. So we're going to talk some of that for you guys. We're going to talk some gaming. Namely, we're going to talk about Dying Light 2, Rainbow Six Extraction, Total War Warhammer, and the day before, we're also going to talk some Carson Wentz stuff, Drake's hot sauce incident, and then we're just going to go off of that. And how's your week been? Before we jump into, we have some odds here going into the season, next season that is. But before we jump into that, how was your week? How was your week, bro?
Oh, it's great.
It was good times.
Great. I mean, I spent a lot of time home. Because I wasn't feeling that great.
Yeah.
Throughout most of the week, so I wasn't at work. I was just sitting at home playing video games like a gamer. No, but yeah, up until yesterday, I was doing great, and then yesterday,
you had a little situation.
Let's just say I took Jerson to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving back home, and this happened before, but I was like, it's probably nothing. Like at first, okay, well, I didn't think it was nothing, but I thought that it was just because of the road. I thought the road was the reason, because it only ever happened when I was on like this little patch of road. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm driving. My Jeep just starts shaking. I mean, like, it feels like one of the tires are about to pop off.
Yikes, bro.
And like I said, it happened it happened at not that many times before, and this is like brand new. Not the Jeep, but like this happening is like brand new.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I mean, my friend Chris, he knows, you know Chris.
Yeah.
He knows.
Shout out to Chris.
He knows a lot more about cars than I do. So the first person I called, I was like, hey, like I think there might be something wrong with the Jeep. Can I come over there and have you look at it? So I went over to his house, and I don't know what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought out this like thing that checks. It's basically like an emergency kit for your cars.
Yeah.
You can fill up tires, start the car, come start the car. He plugs the thing into the tire, and it reads 18 on my front tire, both of my front tires. 18. You know how much my fucking tires are supposed to be at?
What?
35. 18.
Big yikes.
Now, I don't know how they ended up so low, because when I first got the Jeep, my dad checked the tires and he filled them, or at least I thought he filled them. Like I said, I think he did fill them. What I think is happening is that the two front tires in my car probably have a small leak.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to get new tires on Thursday.
Oof. Yeah.
As soon as I get paid, I gotta get new tires.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah,
that's rough.
That shit was crazy. The whole fucking Jeep was just shaking. I was like,
that's scary, dog. That is fucking scary. I didn't know about that. That's nuts. Was it on the highway?
Yeah, I was on 78.
Oh my god,
I was on 78.
Dog.
And you know me, like I'm on the highway. I'm going.
Yeah, 78 is like 3 lanes wide each side, so it's a 6-lane highway. Just fucking pedal the metal, bro.
Well, when you're going to work or coming back from work, the way that I go on 78, it goes down to 2 lanes, but they increase the speed limit to 65.
Ooh.
So it's moving.
Wait, so do you just go straight down 78? Like, you know how it turn, like you can turn off and go 309? You just continue straight?
Well,
like past Stony Park?
So I go the other way.
Okay.
So instead of, like, if I had to come out to Whitehall and I decided to take the highway, I'd get on 78, get off at 309. But when I go to work, I have to go the opposite direction. So, I pass where the promenades, where you'd get off to go to the promenades and shit.
Oh, yeah. And then you instead of going off there, you make the
left.
Oh, nice.
With the road.
Nice.
It only takes like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, depending on how fast I'm going, to get to work. So, yeah.
Right.
It was a great experience.
That's scary, dog. That shit's scary. I remember we had a flat tire in Philadelphia. Never more scared to stop than to change a flat tire. But we didn't do it. We just stayed in the car and called AAA and had them do it. But yeah, it feels weird. Like it kind of just went like this. The car just kind of slid down like that and it went. And we were like, "Fuck, dude! I hope we just gotta get off the road." Because people in Philly, I don't know if you guys are from Philadelphia, like the people that watch this, but like in Philadelphia, I swear to God, it's the hit and run capital of the world. Like people will hit you in Philadelphia, like literally, it will hit you and knock you straight out of your Nikes and just leave them shits in the street and drive away. Like that's just what they do. So like, if you get like a flat, you just gotta do this. And you just gotta pray that nobody hits you because that shit is scary, bro. Right? Or if you physically can't get off of the road, like get off the road, like drive on the tire, just GTA 5 it until you get off because people will hit you and they'll just keep going. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds eventful though.
Yeah, it was a great day.
Yeah, dude, that's rough. How do I take this label off? I'm not trying to give them free advertising. Even though it's been sitting there since the beginning, but whatever. Fuck, I cut my nails yesterday. Damn it, I should have let it on. I had fucking coke nails, bro. Like my nails are mad long. Like they were like out to like right here.
Yeah.
I had fucking coke nails. Be like I was walking around here like doing this shit. Like you know how girls when they get new nails they tap on the like they do this shit and they tap on they tap on shit just because they can hear the nails. That's what I was doing. I was like I'm turning into something else, bro. Like I had to cut them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was getting crazy. But you have the odds out right now. So there's betting. These fucking people, bro, they bet on everything now.
Yes.
If you can bet on sports, they bet on the coin toss. That's the biggest bet, like in the Super Bowl. Now they're betting on who the coach is going to be.
For the Giants.
For the New York Giants.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of head coaching positions open right now. Or I shouldn't say a lot, but
there's a lot
good
better
amount.
ones. Yeah.
There's a good amount.
Yeah.
Like we got the Dolphins, who I think made a mistake, to be honest. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't pay, I obviously don't watch a lot of football. Mm-hmm. I only pay attention when the playoffs are on, when the Super Bowl's on. That's the only time I ever watch a game.
Mm-hmm.
I just watch highlights. And not even like regular NFL highlights, like chiseled Adonis highlights. That man's fucking hilarious.
That guy, he's next level. Yeah.
But
or him and like Bob Menery, the guy that does like the fake announcer voice.
I feel
he's like Jesus Christ, he fucking knocked him out and shit like that. Like, yeah, that guy's funny. I like him.
But all right, so the Giants head coach. I guess this is on Bet MGM for a lot of you people that bet.
I don't know what that means, but shout out to them.
I
want to shout out to sponsor us, then we'll shut you up.
So
we're on a tight ship over here, in case you guys didn't know.
I don't know how odds work, but right now, Brian DeBall?
Dayball.
Dayball?
Yeah. I know it's weird. It doesn't even sound right, but Brian Dayball. He's the Bills' offensive coordinator.
Okay, so he's got a plus 260.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Plus 260.
I think it goes, the plus is like the favorites, and then the minus is the, like, you're getting down to like the underdog kind of situation.
Oh, okay. Well, it says meaning $100 bet wins 260 in profits.
Okay.
All right. Well, either way, Brian DeBall, basically they're saying that the coaching position, the two front runners, according to this, are Brian Dayball,
yeah,
and Doug Peterson.
Former Eagles coach.
Doug Peterson. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, former Eagles coach, former Super Bowl winning coach. Crazy. I mean, the dude, he's not a bad coach. It's for you guys out there that may like football. I'm a big Eagles fan. He's an Eagles fan. The only person that I really like thought was going to come back after last season, which is like a dumpster fire season, knew Carson Wentz was going to go. And I figured they would stick with Doug Peterson because he won them a Super Bowl. Like, within the past 4 years, he won them a Super Bowl.
2017.
Yeah, with 4 or 5 years, like, he won them a Super Bowl. You don't just, like, let that coach walk. The Eagles do. They're like, we do things different around here. And they let him walk. And they kept the person that we wanted to get rid of, who was, like, Howie Roseman, who's the GM, who now is, like, the dude is, like, you ever see, what's his name? His name is like Suave Poppy or some shit like that. Salt Poppy. Do you ever see that guy? How he puts salt on his thing and he goes like this and he like rubs his hands like that over and the salt comes out. That's like what Howie Roseman's doing. He's doing that. He's like in the corner because the Eagles now have 3 first-round picks from Miami.
And they're all going to fucking blow them.
From Indianapolis. And so I think the way it goes now is we have the 15th and 16th pick.
Was it 15? I thought it was 14 and 15.
14,
I don't know.
Either, 14, 15, or 15, 16. One of those two. And then the Eagles are going to be, so if they lose tomorrow, then they would have like, I think the first one is like the 18th pick. So they would literally have 3 picks in the mid-first round.
Yes, because I'm pretty sure like 14 teams right now, because it's 7 teams on each side, right?
Yeah.
Are in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think like...
So it would be what? It would be the 18th pick?
18th.
Yeah, so it would be literally if the Eagles lose, they get the
Or
18th
19th.
pick. Yeah, 18th or 19th pick, which is wild. So we'd have 3, and then you can do whatever you want with those picks.
Yeah.
Like they're like Infinity Stones. Like we have the gauntlet. Unless you're like, who is it? Like Jacksonville, who has the first overall. Who else? There's another guy. There's another team. Who's second? Houston. Like outside of those teams, they're like outside of the top 5 pick teams. You're not really gonna snatch one of their picks unless it's like a fluke for them. Like I think Jacksonville might trade back because they already have a quarterback, right? So like, there's no point in them. Like, you know what I mean? There's no point in them keeping that first round pick. So they may trade back, but outside of that, I don't think you're going to trade into the top 5. But with 3 picks, you can do whatever you want to. Like you can go and get whatever quarterback. Like any team, if you go to Seattle, say, hey, we want Russell Wilson, we give you all 3 picks, they'll do it, right? Or if you go to Houston, you say, hey, we'll give you 2 first round picks for Deshaun Watson, which I don't think they should do because we don't even know if he's going to play, barring his legal situation. So, but you can do whatever you want. Like having 3 first round picks, you're either going to take 3 great guys or you can trade them for whoever you want to. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah. I have a feeling they're going to blow at least one of those 3.
Yeah.
On a QB.
If they pick a QB, I'll be so upset. Because like you just got to let Jalen do his thing. Like even I was skeptical of him coming into it, but like down the stretch,
he's improved.
Yeah, like the last was it like 9 games? They won 7 of 9 games down the stretch, and they beat the Saints, who were like this. Let's be honest here, the Saints just got a shit hand dealt to them by Jameis Winston getting injured.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That game that they beat the Saints, I was just shocked. I was like, that is a game that I thought they were gonna lose. Now, I didn't know that Jameis Winston wasn't playing at that point, but then again, Jameis Winston is kind of like off and on. Yeah.
Like he'll beat Aaron Rodgers, throw 5 touchdowns, and then the next game throw 3 picks. Like, which is exactly what happened weeks 1 and 2. But also too is like he really didn't get a chance to like grow with the team, and they didn't have Michael Thomas. So like offensively, they just kind of got dealt a shit hand this year. So Drew Brees retires last year. Jameis Winston steps in. He does really good, but then they lose Michael Thomas. So they got a shit hand dealt to him in terms of like key players. But that roster is nuts. But that defensive roster, like, look at what they did to Aaron Rodgers. Look at what they did to Tom Brady, and the Eagles just ran all over him. Like that's fucking wild, bro. That's crazy. That was crazy to me. But yeah, you just gotta let him grow, But after that game, I was like, okay, like we're something's happening here, but we need him to be more consistent. By that, I mean Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, like I said, I think, well, from my understanding, he's improved over the last. I think a lot of the skepticism about how good the Eagles have done in the last like 10 weeks as they have been playing against like shitty teams. Not all of them are shitty teams, but like they lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? The Giants?
Mm-hmm.
The Giants.
Yeah. We lost the Giants, and it's just slow starts too. It's like you look at what Dallas did to like Washington. That was a Madden game. They beat it. It was like 14-56. Like they just did whatever they wanted to. They did, and then like the Eagles are like laboring to try and beat Washington. Like, it wasn't until like the second half of the game that they started to come on and like really, really, really jump out to these big leads and, have turnovers and stuff like that. Like I think they're the best. They are the best like third quarter team in the NFL. Like I think they're either tied with, or they have more points than the Buccaneers do in the third quarter. And the Buccaneers are known as like a second half team that are going to put you away. And the Eagles are like they're either tied for first or they're second, but they're for sure top three. So they're really good in the second half and in the fourth quarter. And they have like, if you look at I think Colin Cowherd did this thing where he compared the Buccaneers' last 9 games and the Eagles' last 9 games, and it's literally the same exact record. Like the Buccaneers are 7-3, the Eagles are 7-3. The Buccaneers are scoring like 27 points a game. Eagles are scoring like 26 points a game, and then both defenses are allowing like 20 points per game on average. So like I think this is probably the matchup that's most set up for like an underdog to win.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be 20-degree winds.
On top of that too, it's like, at least, unless something changed in the last couple of days, I'm pretty sure the thing that I was reading, like, AB's obviously gone. We know that. Yeah, that's something on its own.
We should definitely talk about that, but we got to save that till that is its own. It's its own like.
So.
That's funny.
In terms of the Bucs offense right now, AB's gone. Their other starting line, was it Godwin?
Chris Godwin, yeah.
Chris Godwin?
Yeah.
He's out. And I think they said Leonard Fournette is out.
Yeah, he's not playing. Yeah.
So, those are 3, I'd say, valuable players.
It's huge, yeah.
For the Bucs gone.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, they still have Rob fucking Gronkowski, bitch ass.
Yeah.
And then
and Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, yes. Now I know the Eagles have Darius Slay, and he can only play like one of those 2.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is that they'll probably stick him on Mike Evans.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll probably travel.
So at this point, if the Eagles can't really contain Gronk, I don't know if they're going to win the game. But if they manage to not completely get Gronk off, but like they were in the Super Bowl when they won.
Yeah.
Like they were kind of holding Gronk to little to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm pretty sure in the Super Bowl
when
the Eagles won, I just rewatched it.
Yeah.
Just because I had to go back and rewatch it.
I live in that moment. That's like adrenaline for me.
But he didn't do anything in the first half. Like, I'm pretty sure he only had like 1 catch in the first half. But then as soon as they came back from the first half,
dude,
that's pretty much all Brady all Brady fucking threw to.
Yeah, they left in the first half. He couldn't do shit because he was trying to. Well, first of all, I think it was a tone setter by Malcolm Jenkins when he just destroyed Brandon Cooks over the middle, bro. Brandon Cooks caught the ball and he was so open. He was like, he just caught the ball. He was like, "There's like nobody here, bro." And then he like kind of like it was giddy, and then lights out. Like out of nowhere, Malcolm Jenkins laid the smackdown. And so I think Brady was like, "Oh shit!" Like he lost his deep threat. That was his deep threat guy. And then now he was like, "Fuck, man." He's got to go to Gronk. And he came out second half. I think the entire first drive, I think all the passes they threw were to Gronk.
Yeah.
Including the touchdown pass. But outside of that, the second half, he still kind of went off, but like they were able to just contain it to one part of the game where like the lead was like too much.
Yeah.
They were always like 10 points ahead, 2 possessions ahead of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I guess the considering that fucking Brady has like 5,100 passing yards or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's over 5,000 again.
They definitely weren't running the ball. But still, that being said, the little bit of running game they did have was Leonard Fournette. I don't know who their secondary running back is.
Giovanni Bernard.
Whoever the fuck that is.
He was I want to say he was a Bengal for a long time.
Oh.
I think. But kind of since like he was pretty good with the Bengals like in the mid-teens, like 13, 14, 15 kind of thing. He was pretty good. But he's kind of been a journeyman ever since. Kind of like Frank Gore. Like Frank Gore was a monster with the 49ers. Then after that, he kind of traveled around the league and just recently got knocked out in a boxing match. So these fucking football players need to stop like doing shit that's going to give you CTE. Like, how do you go from what? How do you like look at boxing? Like, you're like, I just smashed my head against other people's heads for 15 years. Let's go box. That sounds like it'll be great for my health, but or my mental health at least. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to Frank Gore. Shout out to him. I don't want no problems with that guy. That guy will fuck me up, but that guy will just run through my face. But like, you know what? We'll say this: I think an underappreciated like post football career has got to be Marshawn Lynch.
Why? Just
because like he's doing, like you don't really hear him like he's not celebrity boxing. Like he's not doing anything. He's like doing ads for like what is it? Is it Uber Eats? He's doing like Uber Eats ads and Skittles ads and shit like that. Like he's had a really cool career, like post game.
I don't watch TV, so I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, my bad. No, but he does a lot of ads, and or Peyton Manning has a good one too. Like he has his own like. Do you have ESPN Plus or anything?
No, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen like clips of him and Eli Manning doing like a show.
Yeah, they have the Monday Night Football has like their regular cast, and then they have their the Manning cast is like the alternate one you can watch, and that shit is so funny, bro. Oh my god, I watch it all the time.
I think the one clip I did see is I think Snoop Dogg was on there with them, and they showed him a clip of him playing Madden. And something happened, and he fucking quit and just like turned off the Xbox or whatever he was playing on.
Yeah, he was playing. I know exactly what you're talking about because that shit went viral. He's playing and like he's playing on defense, and he's playing like a linebacker, and he's following the tight end, and whoever he played against throws like a bomb over the middle, and he catches it, and he goes, "Look at this bullshit!" And he starts running. He's like, "Man, fuck this fucking game!" And he turns it off. He goes, and he turns it off, and he turns off his stream and everything, shuts the whole operation down. He's like, "Fuck this fucking bullshit!"
Yeah,
and he like turns it off. And they were laughing about it. I'm like, that's so funny, bro. I love Snoop Dogg too.
Snoop Lion has to be my spirit animal. Snoop Lion.
He's so funny, bro. Snoop Dogg and
that's such a relatable moment though.
It is.
If you don't play fucking Madden, you'll never understand. That shit is trash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I might be trash at it too, but that shit is trash.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. It's bad, dude. Like, I don't know what it is with these like 22, 21 games. Like every game post 2020 has been shit. You know what I mean? Like, you ever realize that? Just like, I don't know if they have like the game developers like at home just chilling out, like relaxing, and they're just not fixing the game. But like, there's literally a point in Madden, right, where you can, I think it's like, it's like a glitch in Madden, and it was in the last one, and usually they patch them up pretty well. And it's like, if you have a tight end and you put him on a streak route, just a straight down the field route, if they're running a cover 3, the linebacker will cover him for like 2 seconds, and he'll go back to the middle and leave him wide open. Dude, I've been like that. I'll have like 6,000 passing yards, 1 interception the whole season because I'm just throwing it to like. And my tight end I broke all of Jerry Rice's records. He has the most receptions. He has the most big plays. He has everything from one season. It's so cheese, bro. Like, and usually they're pretty good at like patching it up because like I think it was. He's either met a 19 or 20, or met an 18 or 19, where like the crossing routes, a deep crosser, would get you a touchdown every time. So like you just have him run like this, and then you throw it to him. It could be like the slowest receiver too, and they'll have like a blocker over there, and then they'll just shed the block. I was like, Madden's got to do better, bro.
The only glitch I remember using in Madden is the one where you could just like sign random free agents, like wide receivers. And just put like 4 fucking wide receivers in for a trade for any player on the other team, and you would get it. I'd just get like random. And the thing is, I was giving them all jobs, so I didn't feel that bad about it. But I would just sign these like free agents to like 1-year contracts. They were like below 70 overalls.
Yeah. They were like undrafted, like fantasy draft undrafted guys. Like that's what they were.
And then just fucking trade them for whoever I wanted to fill out my team. I remember when we had like a full team of like 90s. That shit was funny.
Yeah, I remember I did that in a league with Jimmy and Michael. we all were in a league together, and they were like I drafted like a good quarterback. I think it was like Peyton Manning, and then I had at the time Dez Bryant was like the big name, right? He was like the big, like it was the year, the Packers year. It was like 2013. He had just came off of that, or no, I don't think it was 2013, but it was some year, right, where you could just sign, like you do like the NFL draft, you take all your good players. And then they were looking at I think I played either Michael or Jimmy, and they were like, how do you have Dez Bryant, Julio Jones, and like Rob Gronkowski all on the same team? Like those are all, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, just trade, bro. I just trade, bro. I have sweet deals, bro. They were like, why? They're like, why do you have Aaron Rodgers as your starter and then Russell Wilson as like your second? I was like, that's trades, bro. So that shit was so ridiculous, bro. I literally have Aaron Rodgers going the first half, and then I have Russell Wilson going the second half, and they both had like 30 touchdown passes that year. Yeah. That shit, I can't believe. I found that shit on YouTube, and it had like 2 views, 3 views. It was up for mad long. I was like, who the fuck has not seen this yet? I should have called the guy, told him to just private it. Like, hey, just private this video. I don't want my boys to see this.
Delete that shit.
Yeah. I think the only person, I told you about it, and I told Jimmy about it.
Yeah, that was like, I think right after you told both of us, like, we made a league, and then we all just did that shit to get the players that we want.
Dude, and it worked. Like, we were literally playing again. I think at one point, we were playing like against a guy. It was like a team. The team was like 65 overall because we had all traded for its best players. Like it had like one good like corner that was like an 81 or some shit like that. But we just milked this team of all its like good players. I was like, dude.
It was always funny to look at like team rosters and you just see random teams that have like 9 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Or like 9 cornerbacks.
Yeah, that was fun. That was so funny. That was great. That was truly great, yeah. But I think those guys knew about it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. But that shit was funny. That shit was mad funny, bro. Shout out to Madden for fixing that, though. That was kind of shit, but whatever.
Yeah, I was hoping that would like happen in every reoccurring game.
I know. I was hoping for that the other day. I was thinking about it too. I was like, fuck, man.
Because in the league that I'm playing now, like I just made my own QB, just because that's usually what I do. I don't really like doing anything else.
You don't do the other, like the try and take a bad team to the Super Bowl. I tried to do that with the
No, well, what I did was I made a QB, and I picked a random team, and then I did the fantasy draft so that AIs would just draft all the teams.
Yeah.
And I mean, my team isn't horrible. Like the defense is really good.
But you're the only good part of the offense.
I just want to say that like my starting I have Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
I don't think he's had a game underneath 100 yards. But, I mean, like me, like my QB, I get a lot of touchdowns, but like I don't get a lot of yards.
Yeah.
Because my defense just be picking off the ball on like the opposite side of the field. So like I'll get down, I'll throw a touchdown, and then like hit it to simulate it. 2 seconds later, I'm back on the field at like their 25-yard line. I'm like, great.
Oh, this is amazing.
It's like no yards for me this season. I somehow managed to get into the first spot for yards. Barely. I am right now ahead of whoever's in second by like 50 yards.
Oh, probably like Mahomes or some shit.
No, you'd be surprised. The people in my league, it's all over the place. This shit makes no sense to me.
It's like Ryan Tannehill. He's leading the league in touchdowns and yards and shit.
I got the lead in touchdowns. I can guarantee you that's not going anywhere. I have mad touchdowns.
What team are you playing as?
The Bengals.
Let's go. Bengals actually playing right now. It's 5:00.
Yeah,
but they're playing. Who they playing?
Raiders.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know who's gonna win.
Honestly, man, we did these brackets here. When I had my cousins on, Alex and Zach, shout out to them. We had them on. We did these brackets, and I always tell people like whenever say something, don't bet on anything I say, because number one, you're not about to like tell me I'm the reason you lost your house. You know what I mean, to a bet. Like, I don't want to do that. But we did that. Shit, we did it so bad because we did it the week before the final weekend. So we must have did it like the 6th. Right?
Oh, so you definitely didn't put in that the Steelers were going to make it.
Fuck no, I thought the Steelers were shit. But you know what? I like to. I will if it comes down to it. I want a PA team to win.
Oh, dude, I want to see both the Steelers and the Eagles make it.
Dude, can you imagine?
The fucking underdog Super Bowl.
Yeah. Who would be the underdog in that game, you think?
Both of them. They're both underdogs in that game.
But like if it was Eagles versus Steelers, who do you think they would say would win?
They're probably going to say the Steelers because everybody sucks on Big Ben. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Big Ben is trash.
Listen, Big Ben, I don't know what he was doing. No, I know he was doing those other years. He was like groping women and shit. Like 19-year-olds.
Like,
so.
all I'm saying is that he may have had a good career, I guess.
He did, yeah. He's a Hall of Famer for sure.
But that man is not. That man is not going to lead the Steelers. There ain't no fucking way he's leading the Steelers to a Super Bowl victory this year. This is his last year. He's done. He has no more rings.
It's a rap ski.
I don't believe in the Steelers. I feel like now I understand what it's like to like be on the outside of the Philadelphia Eagles fan base.
Yeah.
Steelers aren't going to make it.
It's delusional.
Like, everybody's like, yeah, the Eagles aren't going to make it. Fuck the Eagles. Like I'm like, I don't even care if the Eagles win. Well, okay. I don't care if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl. I'd want them to, obviously. I want them to get another ring in the next
of course, yeah.
100 years.
Yeah.
But
yeah, before 17? The last ring they won was 1960. That's when Vietnam started. God, fellas, like that's crazy.
I just want the Eagles to beat the Bucks at this point. Like, I don't even care if they go and lose to the Green Bay Packers because I don't think anybody's beating the Packers.
I don't think so.
I think
this is
Aaron Rodgers is trying to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he's trying to retire. He just doesn't want to play in fucking Green Bay anymore.
Bro, imagine like people are saying that he wants to go to the Steelers.
I will fucking scream. I will
fucking
fucking scream.
Imagine he wins a Super Bowl with the Packers and then goes to the Steelers.
I'll lose my shit.
That would be so. But and you know the crazy thing, right? The craziest thing is Devontae Adams wants to go wherever he goes.
Of course he fucking does.
So Devontae Adams is like, look, if you're not re-signing Aaron, I'm not re-signing. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, can you imagine? And like he was Devontae Adams is a 2nd-round pick, so he doesn't have. I mean, I don't think not that it even matters because he was in the league for a little bit now, but he's a 2nd-round pick. But he doesn't. So he doesn't have a lot of these like tags, franchise tag. You know, what else is it like? You could do like a team tag or some shit like that where you tag them before they go into. He has none of that. So if he says I'm not resigning, he's not beholden to the team at all. That's crazy. So he can literally they could just be like, yeah, I'll go wherever Aaron goes. He goes to the dude. Can you imagine if he goes to the Steelers and fucking Devontae Smith goes to the Steelers too? I would cry. And then I would just send Anthony a middle finger on Instagram. But no, shout out to Anthony though. Production, aka Production, as you guys might have heard of him. That we have to just start calling him that, Production. That's Anthony Production Figs. Well,
yeah. So that's.
I don't even want to think about that. That irritates me. I just don't want to hear like I don't want to hear. Ugh.
Right now, as it stands, if I had to pick who's going to win today, I think the Bengals are going to win.
You know what? I think so too.
I mean, I don't dislike the Raiders, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen the highlights of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
260 yards. Listen, that could not have been the best. There could not have been a better place that Jamar Chase went besides there. Like that's the new, what was it, Carson Palmer, Ocho Cinco, whatever like their thing has been. But yeah, Jamar Chase is the real deal, and Joe Burrow is the real deal. Those men, and this is his first playoff game too.
Yeah. Well, I think, aren't they both? Wait.
Oh, Joe Burrow came in last year and he got injured.
Okay, I was gonna say. So basically, they're both rookies, more
Pretty
or
much.
less.
Pretty much, yeah. Because he got injured like mid last year, so he just finished his first full season in the NFL. You know who gave him his welcome to the NFL moment? It was an Eagle. It was what was his name? Not Benny Logan. He was a defensive tackle that we signed. He used to be a Raven.
I don't know.
Tim Jernigan, I want to say. But it was either Tim Jernigan or Vinny Curry. One of those two guys. But he was scrambling and he was like still doing that shit that every guy does, like in college, where they're like doing all this fucking moving around and running around, right? And he's like slipping all these tackles, and a lot of times they get outside of it and they're able just to throw like a short pass and they can run with it. But NFL guys are just different. Like he tried to duck under something and like I think his first week he tried to duck under he tried to like go under a player, like duck under him, like you know how Carson Wentz used to do, duck under people, right? He tried to duck under him, and the guy just grabbed him and threw him. He tried to duck, and the guy just went pop, bam, and he slammed him into the ground. And then I think when they played the Eagles, he was getting tackled, but he didn't go down. Like he kind of got tripped up, right? And then he tried to run, and then Tim Jernigan just blasted. Let me see if I can find this dude. This is like like the welcome to the NFL moments where they're like, you know, there's stuff that you can do in college that you can't do in the NFL. That's what he did. That was. All right, guys, hold on. I'll see. I don't know if I can put it up on Instagram, just because. Not on Instagram. If I can put it up on YouTube, I'll be able to show it to you. Joe Burrow, welcome. Wait. No. Hit versus Eagles. Let's go. Was that your neck, bro?
Yes.
Very nice. Are you ready for this? Watch, he's going to step up. Boop! Dude. Oh, my God. That's so painful. That's so like there's a flag. They hit him so hard he had a flag. He doesn't even know where he is right now. Look at him, that poor guy. Whew. I'm not laughing because of like thing, but I'm just saying like I think right after this, he was talking to a ref, and the ref was like, "Hey, make sure you slide, man." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, Malik Jackson, that's who it was. Watch this fucking hit, dude. Watch. Oh my God. Holy shit. I mean, absolutely just crushed him. Bam.
You know that ref was watching that like, God damn.
That ref was like, dude. Whenever I hear about it, like I get like I get bricked up thinking about it. I get rocked up, bro. I'm like, just because like I don't know. I always like it when the Eagles hit somebody, but like if they were to hit, my brother complaining. But yeah. He told the referee after that game, after that hit, he told the referee, he's like, bro, he's like, they're not getting me again. I'm sliding. He goes, I'm sliding. Y'all not going to get me again. I was like, yeah, bro. But yeah, that was nuts. But yeah, I think Cincinnati's winning. And then who plays tonight?
Buffalo and New England. I think the Bills got it.
I think so too.
Like,
I like Mac. I keep trying to convince myself that Mac Jones isn't the next Tom Brady, and I think he is because he's exactly like him. Like he's not very athletic. You know what I mean? Like he's just fuck, man. I don't like the Patriots, but I don't know how they keep hitting on these fucking draft picks. Maybe it's because I'm jealous because our GM doesn't hit on any virtually except for Devontae Smith. Hasn't hit on many draft picks lately, you know. Like our receiving core right now could be DK Metcalf, but instead we took J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Justin Jefferson, but instead we took Jalen Reagor. And Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that stings. No, at the very least, do I think they would have got all those guys? Maybe not. But can you imagine, bro, if we had like even just two of those guys? If we had Justin Jefferson on one side and then Devontae Smith on the other,
we have fucking Devontae Smith and DK Metcalf,
dude. And oh god, well, the only reason I say Justin Jefferson is because Devontae Smith. I mean, DK Metcalf seems to be having like a little mental break right now. Like he seems to be going through it a little bit in Seattle. So I'm like, yikes. I mean, the dude is just he's built like something else. Like he looks like Megatron. Like he looks like Calvin Johnson. But
the funniest clip I think I've seen with DK Metcalf is he was going to catch the ball, and somebody was coming in at the same time to tackle him. So when he tried to tackle him, the ball came out. Yeah. DK Metcalf was just standing there. Like he took that tackle like it was nothing.
And I'm pretty sure the other guy got hurt too. The guy tried to give him a hospital pass and he just went pop and he hit him, and then the guy like DK Metcalf just kind of like stood there like what just happened, and then just walked away. And the guy was on the ground like doing all this shit, like grabbing his helmet like like he just knocked himself into next week. All right. So that's the playoffs shaking out. All right, who do you think is going to win, Birds versus Bucks?
I mean, I'm hopeful that it's the Eagles upsetting the Bucks because fuck Tom Brady. But
very true.
You know, I think, like I said, it all depends on circumstances. If the Eagles don't play like shit, I think the Eagles got it. But if they come out and they are playing like shit right off the bat, probably not going to be the Eagles' favor.
Yeah, I agree. I think same thing. I think Bucks probably are like the favorite to win it. Well, they are the favorite to win it. I can't even put that in thing, but the Bucks are the favorite to win it. I would say if the Birds don't come out and shit the bed the first quarter and we just stay in it, then we should have a fighting chance. But in reality, the Bucks are the favorites. So we'll see. But we're obviously pulling for the Birds in heart. But that's about it.
What other games are tomorrow?
So
I know the
it's
Steelers
Bucks
and the Chiefs play, but I think that's Monday, right?
I think so. Here, let me pull up NFL.com and see.
I don't even know who else is in the fucking playoffs. Oh, the Cowboys and the 49ers.
I think that's tomorrow.
I think if anybody's been watching this, somewhat continuously since we started this, I think you know who we're rooting for in the 49ers and Cowboys game.
Yeah, 49ers all day.
Yeah.
Cowboys, fuck them. They're fucking sweats, bro. Like they like who brags about beating like backups. All
I'm saying is that the fact that it took you 3 quarters to start getting into the blowout.
Yeah.
That's hilarious that you think that you're going to go all the way. Fuck you, Dak Prescott. You ain't doing shit. This ain't your year.
Yeah.
You ain't winning the Super Bowl. Try again next year.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. They're like, oh, you know what happened in 88? We're like, nobody gives a fuck, bro. Yeah, so 49ers, Cowboys, and then Monday is Chiefs, Steelers. So
there's not another game tomorrow? Isn't there 3 tomorrow?
No, there's only 2 tomorrow because there's 2 today. They could have done it, but I think they have an obligation to have one on Monday. So they took the Steelers and they just put it on.
Isn't there supposed to be 6
Monday.
games?
Yeah.
We only...
Well, there's
only 5.
Is there? Hold on, let me see. So it's...
The Bills, the Patriots, that's 1. The Raiders and the Bengals, that's 2.
Yeah.
Those are both today. Then we got the Eagles and the Eagles and the Bucks. Then the fucking...
Oh, so maybe it only is 5 games.
Huh. How would it be 5?
Because there's 6 from each, and they play each other. So there's it should be 3 games and 3 games, unless there's one on Thursday. Let me see. Okay, like if there's one on Thursday, it's like you guys are doing the most right now. Yeah, Cardinals Rams is on Monday.
That's
too.
right. I forgot about the Cardinals and the Rams.
Okay, so that makes sense. There's 2 on each day. Okay, that makes sense. The the Steelers, man. I'm glad. I'm actually kind of hyped that both PA teams made the playoffs. That's kind of dope.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm hoping for the best possible outcome here, it would be awesome to see the Steelers and the Eagles play each other in the Super Bowl this year. That's the underdog bowl. That's what that is. Mm-hmm. But do I think that the Steelers will be able to do it? No. Do I think the Eagles? I think the Eagles' best chance of winning is against the Bucs right now. I think that's the only team they're going to beat in the playoffs, because if they beat the Bucs, they have to play the Packers, and like I said, I don't think anybody's beating the Packers.
Packers are too nice, but one thing I want to see though is if I want to see Philly and Dallas meet up again, and there is if Dallas wins, they're going to play Green Bay, or no, so if the Eagles win here, they're going to play Green Bay because they play the lowest seed. So they're going to play Green Bay. If Dallas wins, and then the other two teams they're just like a mid thing. So Philly wins, they play Green Bay. Dallas wins, they play the lowest seed that's available. And then same thing with the Rams. So I think if Philly wins, they play Green Bay, obviously. And then there is a chance if Dallas wins 2 more games that we meet in the conference championship, which will be fucking crazy.
Like I said, that would entail the Eagles getting through the Bucs and the Packers.
Which those teams are just on a different level right now.
I will say, because the Packers have a first round bye, I mean I've definitely seen teams go and get the first round bye, and then when they come to play, they just play like shit. Yeah.
That's what happened to the Eagles, and when we had the first round bye in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl season, we lost. We won by 15-9 against the Falcons, who at the time were the NFC champions, the reigning NFC champions.
After a humiliating defeat at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's humiliating. And then I was worried, bro. Like after that, I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was like, how are we gonna do it against Minnesota? Blew them out. That's how we did against Minnesota. 38-7.
It almost wasn't going to be fucking Minnesota.
Yeah, it was almost going to be the Saints. But the Minnesota Miracle, man.
That shit's crazy.
Son, it's so funny. Every time like they post, the NFL post that around this time, you'll see like just these like these like Eagles fans are like, dude, they did all this to get smoked in the conference championship game. He's like, wow, they're mad hyped to get smoked by the Eagles. Oh my gosh, bro. Shit.
That was I think I went back and watched that moment too. That was pretty fucking crazy.
Dude, like I remember after it happened, I was watching like somebody was filming it on their phone on like a sideline. And when he caught it, excuse me, after he caught it, and after Stephon Diggs caught it and came down with it, and he started running, dude, you hear like the crowd is like, oh, like they're all kind of like depressed, just like fuck, like we're gonna lose. Then you hear the catch, then you see him land, and they go fuck. They're like, ah, like it just goes crazy. And then he gets into the end zone, he throws his helmet, and he does the thing where he goes out like that, and it is just like you can't even hear anything. Like all you hear is like the cannons, like they hear them fire, and that's it. I was like, dude, can you imagine like being in that atmosphere? Like that's what the Link's gonna sound like tomorrow if the Eagles win. Like it's gonna be wild, son.
That's not in Philly though, right?
Oh fuck, you're right. Fuck. So it's gonna be quiet when Philly does it. But yeah, so we'd have to, dude. You know what else is crazy? There's only one team that's come from wild card weekend, or in the recent years, there's only one team that came from wild card weekend to the Super Bowl and won it. Do you know what that is?
No.
Aaron Rodgers and the fucking Green Bay Packers. Yeah, baby. It would be so sweet if the Eagles do that, bro. But I can't get ahead of myself. I don't want to be delusional like Cowboys fans.
So, guesses. Like I said, I think Cincinnati's got it. I think Buffalo's got it.
Mm-hmm. KC, Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna be honest.
That was a tough one, yeah.
Kansas City played like trash the the last couple of weeks. Well, I think from my understanding, they played like trash. They definitely were okay in the last game because who they played last? The Cardinals.
I don't know. I think it might have been. Fuck. I don't know. I don't know who they played. I want to say Denver, but I don't know because I think the AFC West might have ended on a. I think all the last games were divisional games in the NFL. So I want to say it was maybe. Let me see here. Chiefs. Here we go. There. Let's go week 18.
Damn.
What?
I think I just saw the score for the Bengals and the Raiders game. I'm pretty sure it's 13-3.
Who the Bengals
I
are
think
up?
the Bengals are up 13-3.
Well, yeah, they played the Broncos, and the you know what though? Honestly, the Chiefs it's going to be a battle of worsts.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to watch the game when Big Ben is out there because you know that it's just it's unwatchable. His offense is unwatchable. So you watch it, you're like, fuck, man, just hand the ball to Najee Harris every time and just let him do his thing. But the Chiefs' defense sucks too. So, and that's the thing. The Broncos, or the Chiefs' defense can get got, right? Like you see, fucking Jamar Chase had 266 yards. You know what I mean? Against them, so they can get got. It's all about if the Steelers can actually do it. The Steelers' offense can get got by the defense. But the Steelers' defense is crazy.
I think that game's up in the air. I think that honestly, that game, just like the Eagles-Bucks game, could go either way. It's either going to be one-sided or it's going to be back and forth. I just feel like that's how those two games are going to play out.
Yeah, I think you're right too. Where did I go here? Let's go to Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah.
Quarter 2, 13-3. Bengals are up. At the time of this.
Yeah, at this point, 50 minutes into the podcast, it is 13-3. I'm sticking with the Bengals.
Yeah, me too.
And not just because they're winning right now, but because that was my choice to begin with.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Bengals for you. So who do you have winning KC Pittsburgh?
Like I said, I think it could go either way. I'm gonna give the edge to Pittsburgh. I don't think Kansas City is gonna do it.
Really? That's interesting.
I think Kansas City is going to continue their downtrend.
Their skid into last place.
And I didn't even realize that the Titans were the ones that took the first seed.
Yeah, without Derrick Henry too, which is actually kind of impressive.
He's not playing?
No, he might come back for that game. That's it.
Because if he comes back for that game, nobody's fucking beating them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that man's got to make up for his lost time,
dude. You know, the craziest shit ever is that he went out, I think, week 6.
And he was still in first place for 4 more weeks, right?
Yeah. Dude, up until I think week 15, he was still a top 5 in the league in rushing yards.
That man could have easily broken the rushing record this season.
Bro, he would have broken Eric Dickerson's record by a landslide, I think. Yeah. Dude. But,
so
he was averaging 120 yards or 100 yards every game.
Considering Derrick Henry went out that early, I'm actually really surprised that the Titans got the first seed.
Yeah, I got to give it to them because they've been kind of going off. So shout out to Tennessee. I actually watch Bussin' with the Boys. Highly recommend you listen to that podcast. It's great, and it's Taylor Lewan, who he actually went to Michigan. Played at Michigan, and he's so he's funny, but the thing is that I don't know, I like Bussin' with the Boys. He's funny because they have their teammates on, and they told do you remember Dinosaurs, the animated one? It was a Disney movie.
No,
do you remember Dinosaurs, bro?
I don't know.
Hold up. How do you spell dinosaurs? Did I spell it right?
I can't see it, so
it's all right. I'm literally going to get my stuff done. Not Dinosaurs movie, bro. Land Before Time.
Really?
My bad.
I was thinking that while you're saying, I was like, I hope he's not telling about the Land Before Time.
Yeah, dude, they had one of their teammates on, right? And they said that one of their teammates looked like Spike from Land Before Time.
That's fucked up.
And Roger, the guy that they said looked like that, is like 6'5". He's like 300 pounds. He barely fits on the couch. He's like, come on, bro. He just goes, he's like, yeah. He's like, come on, bro. Let me see what you look like. Then they Google Spike, and this comes up, and he goes, yeah, that does look like you. Yeah. Taylor Lewan is so funny, bro. But yeah, shout out to him. He plays for the Titans.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's
So
funny,
yeah, he's funny as fuck. And then the co-host is Will Compton, and he plays for the Raiders now. So Will Comp's out there. The comps.
I'm sticking with it then. I think I'm going to go Pittsburgh to win against KC.
Underdogs.
But I think they're going to lose to the Titans.
I think probably. Arizona Rams.
I don't know. I think the
Arizona
fell the Cardinals. Off. Yeah, I was going to say the Cardinals are another one of those teams that were doing like really fucking good, and then all of a sudden they just suck. Or not suck, but like they just weren't playing as good. Yeah,
they got figured out.
So,
yeah, and Deandre Hopkins went out too. So,
is he out?
he was out when they played. I was watching some game. I think it was maybe against the 49ers or something. But they said he was out. No, when they played Dallas. When they played Dallas, he was out.
But they still beat Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they blew Dallas out, and Dallas only came back towards the end to make it look good, but they were getting blown out.
I think I'm gonna do this. I really like Matthew Stafford, so I'm gonna give it to the Rams.
Okay. No, I think that's a good pick. That's probably a safe bet, honestly. So Rams. Dallas. I mean, San Francisco, Dallas, 49ers.
Yeah.
And then are we going with Philly?
I'm going to go, because I gave the win to Pittsburgh, I'm going to give the win to Philly.
Me too. I'll give it to Philly. So, since I think we agree on Cincinnati, I think we agree on Buffalo. I do think KC will win here, just because Big Ben is. If they can run the ball well, then they'll do like the old school, like keep the ball away from KC and just eat up like clock and score. I think they'll do that, but I think it's more even than people think. I think even Big Ben was like, yeah, well, we're not the favorites, so we'll just come out and play. I'm like, shut up, Big Ben, you can't do this. you can't speak. You're not good on the mic. You don't have mic skills, bro. But I do think KC wins. But I think it's like a field goal by a field goal. And then I agree with the Rams, obviously 49ers and Philly. So we agree on everything but KC and Pittsburgh. So that's my updated one, because the last one I did got absolutely mangled. But I think I had, who did I have in the I think I had Cincinnati going to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure. And then I had Green Bay.
I could see that if they play the way that they, if Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow play the way that they did before, I think they could get to the Super Bowl. I think it could be a Packers-Bengals Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking about the Super Bowl I want to see, it's definitely Pittsburgh and Philly.
Yep. Dude, that would be so...
The whole fucking state of Pennsylvania will be on fire.
Literally
it'll be like living in California, like the northern part of California.
We'll be burning, bro. Son, and if Pittsburgh wins, you know what? It's kind of to me, obviously we want Philly to win because we're fans. But in a way, like if Pittsburgh wins and they get their 7th ring and Brady's no longer like the leader, New England fans are gonna hate the world, bro. Like that would be funny, because right now they're like, oh, yeah, Tom Brady has more Super Bowls than every franchise. I'm like, okay. And if Pittsburgh wins and they tie, then everyone else has to like shut their mouth about it. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. So like Eagles get their 2nd, cool, with a new coach. That would be fucking crazy. And then Pittsburgh gets to like, Pittsburgh fans get to like one up Brady again, which is, I mean, I wouldn't even be mad, to be honest with you.
At this point, there is only 2 teams that I do not want to get or I do not want to see get into the Super Bowl. Obviously, we know that the Cowboys are one of those fucking teams.
That's probably the number one for me. Yeah.
Fuck the Cowboys.
I can't stand them. They're so obnoxious, bro. And they're like, we beat the first team. No, we had to beat the second and third team. Like, you sound so ridiculous when you say that, bro. He's like, we had to beat the whole team. Like, yo, dude, you sound slow. She's telling you had like you were in the whole separate classroom when you were in like high school. You had your own classroom you went to. That's what you sound like.
The other team I don't want to see get into the Super Bowl is Tom Brady. And yes, I say Tom Brady is the whole team because that man is basically the fucking team.
That's true. When Jameis Winston was there and they had all those pieces, it was kind of like, it was still rocky. But now that, when they got Tom in there and they got Bruce Arians.
I think, was it
literally
at the
went to the
beginning,
Super Bowl the next year.
Was it at the beginning of this season where Jameis Winston was still on the Bucs and like he was celebrating after they won? Was it this season or was that during the Super Bowl?
He went last year.
Was it during the Super Bowl that he was like celebrating with all of them?
What?
Even though he didn't do shit. Jameis Winston.
I don't know. I know Jameis.
I gotta find the clip. I'll have to send it to you later. I'm pretty sure there's a clip of like Tom Brady and like the rest, basically all of the Bucs celebrating, and then you just see like Jameis Winston like really hype about winning something. And I'm like, yeah, you should really be hype about being a bench warmer. I'm so glad for you, Jameis Winston.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if he was. I don't know if they were there or what. I have no idea.
Fuck it. Jameis Winston's still getting paid to be a bench warmer. He's making more money than I am, so I can't complain too much. But that shit was funny. I was like, how are you going to be more excited than the people that were actually playing to fucking win the game?
Exactly. Yeah. That's, well, I guess if you have like good friends on there too, like if your boys are like on that team, that would be hype.
Yeah. It was just funny. I thought that was hilarious.
Like if you were on like Dallas, if you like got drafted to Dallas or something, you decided to play ball.
Fucking neck myself.
And you got drafted by Dallas and they won. I would be torn. My boy plays there, like that's my guy. But at the same time, I'm like, fucking Dallas, bro. I'm gonna have to listen to these motherfuckers forever and talk about like remember what happened in 1997? Like, no, dude, bro, nobody cares.
Bro, I'd like if I was playing football and got drafted by the Cowboys, I think I'd be in like the same predicament that Saquon's in with the Giants.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as you see that name flash up on the screen, you better just like get on top of a bed, jump, land on your neck.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's the thing is like, I don't really
dislike the Giants.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And Giants fans hate Eagles fans.
I dislike the Giants. I don't hate the Giants. Like it's not like like with the Cowboys. I fucking hate the Cowboys. Yeah. Anybody who likes the Cowboys, drink your own piss, buddy.
Oh, that's great. No, I'm not a fan. I'm a Cowboys fan.
That's so weird though, because like any other rival, it's. I don't know how any other like division. I don't know how anybody feels. Like if you're, I don't know, a fucking Vikings fan and you're talking to like a Saints fan. Like I don't know how much you hate the Saints. I don't know how much you hate their fan base. Like with the Eagles, you could tell me you're a Washington football fan, which I don't think they exist.
They're gonna announce their new name in February. Their new name.
Oh yeah,
they got the helmets and everything. Apparently, it looks good. So, I think it's supposed to. The rumor is it's like the Admirals.
I think they put a list of like potential names that they were going to be. I think like the Capitals is one of them. I think I saw a couple different names on there, but I don't know what they're going to go with.
I really hope they don't go Capitals.
Isn't that like a hockey team?
Yeah. Like, imagine you have, like, the Washington Capitals, and then you have the Washington Capitals. Like, what the fuck? Washington Capitals hockey? Washington Capitals football? Like,
at that point, you might as well just stick with the Washington football team.
But WFT, I honestly, I think it should have been the Red Tails.
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to go with.
They got to go super woke. Because if they come out and they're like, we're the Washington, fucking Generals. You're like, oh, this is stupid. This is an AFL team or some shit. Like it's like this is a Canadian football team.
This is a junior league football team. Like
I know this is where this is like you guys are playing JV
What is-
games. We're playing varsity.
What is the secondary football league that they tried to start up last year? XFL?
AAF.
AAF? Did they actually
AAA.
go through with starting it?
The XFL starts next year.
Wasn't it like the dude that owned
It was the wrestling
WWE?
guy. Well, now the XFL is owned by The Rock.
Oh, he bought it.
Yeah, well, the team of investors, yeah.
Oh.
So now the XFL is
Because
The Rock
didn't they
owns
get
it.
shut down? Didn't they shut it down last year?
Well, they had a couple startup years. I think 2021 was supposed to be one of them, but then the pandemic hit and they kind of fucked everything up.
Oh.
So now they're launching spring 2023.
Because I thought they were trying to make it like, you know how I think it's baseball has like a major league and then they have like the minor league where
Yeah.
like you play for the minor league teams, you're still making money, but like if you make it into the major league, that's where you're making a lot more money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you sound like $400 million deals and shit, yeah. Yeah, see, but even every sport has that except for football.
Right, because basketball has something similar to that too.
Yeah, they have like G League. You know, they have like a lot of the rookies. So like when you're drafted in the NBA, you'll make like a debut in the G League, and you'll play. I think it's like it's only a couple weeks long. It's like maybe like a month or so long. You play like 12 games or something, and then that's like your debut for the team, and they see where you're at. It's almost like a preseason. But then they have like the G League guys will stay on like the roster for the G League year round, so they'll get paid. And then, which is why like the college went for the NIL. You know what that is? The name, image, and likeliness.
No.
So now, like if you're in college, you can get paid. Like you could be a college athlete, and you can get paid by like your name, image, and likeness. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, like the university's not going to pay you, but if you want to like. You know, if this car dealership wants to sponsor you to go and be like, hey, you can buy cars down here or whatever, or they want to gift you a car. Before they couldn't do that because it would mess you up, but now they can. So they can gift you a car, they can gift you, you know, a gas card where you just go and, you know, get gas and shit.
Right, because I'm pretty sure that was the biggest issue with like NCAA, like football when they were making the games, is that they weren't actually playing any of the players, and they were taking like issue with that, which I understand.
Yeah, 100%. Because they had a guy, they had this dude, he was bald as fuck, right? Like he was a bald guy that used to play for some team. Listen, I don't know his name, so he's a football player, so he might be big as fuck, so just, you know, take it easy. But he was a bald dude, and the only reason I remember that is because like he was, it was when remember when like in past Madden games you could hit somebody and their helmet would fly off?
Yeah.
So like he said the one time he was playing with his son, and his son, like, he hit somebody and his helmet flew off, and the avatar and the guy underneath looked just like him when he played. Like, he was bald. He was completely bald, had eye tape in the same place. Like, he's like, that's fucking me, bro. But it's not him. You know what I mean? Because they just changed the name. They make it like, you know, Cream Biggums or some shit like that. and like, they that's what they go under the moniker of. So it's that in that case, yeah, because you're using their name. Like they're using you. Like I can't put you in a video game now and be like, wait, that's me. I'm like, no, it's not. His name is Frankie, not Franklin, but Frankie with like Frank and then E. That'd be so fucked. You'd be like, nah, I'm suing. Like I'm about to get my money's worth out of this guy, right? And then, so I agree with it, but that's a big reason why is because a lot of the basketball players, right? Because the NFL, you need 3 years removed from high school to go and play. In basketball, it's only 1 year. So they used to like Kobe came out of high school, LeBron came out of high school. A lot of those guys came out of high school early on because they were just so good. Then they changed it and they said you need to be removed from high school by 1 year. So you can't be 18, but you could be 19. You know, and so they were like, well, why would I? Like some of these guys are from like real poor areas, so like, why the fuck would I go to like a Duke? You know, or UNC or something like that, play there for 1 year, make them like millions of dollars, and my family's still starving for a year. You know what I mean? Like I'm eating good, I'm fine, whatever, but like I can't help my family at all. So they were going to the G League. They were going to the like big name people, like some of the guys that I think now, I think now a lot of people are going to like HBCUs, like the historically black colleges and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, I can go anywhere. Like I'm already a brand, right? Like my name, like LeBron James, coming out of high school was LeBron James. Like he was, didn't matter where he went. He could have went anywhere in the world and played a ball for 1 year. It would have been good. So they had to kind of change it, right? So now they were going to the G League and making money, feeding their family, and these colleges were about to lose out on a big paycheck. So they changed it, which was the right idea, I think the right thing to do.
Yeah. I don't know. Back to this Washington.
Look at these motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I don't feel the same way about Washington and New York that I do about Dallas.
That's true. You know what else is a bitter rivalry that I've heard? I don't know, but Raiders Chiefs is like equals Dallas. Like the Chiefs fans don't fuck with the Raiders fans, bro. They don't. Like they hate the Raiders. It's the same thing, but then you look back, you're like, oh shit. Like from mad long, like, you know, the Raiders obviously had John Madden, right? And they won Super Bowls with him. Kansas City, the Chiefs had, you know, whatever that guy's name was. He kept saying, "Articulate the ball down the field." That's what he would say. Legendary coach, he would articulate the ball down the field, and they won a Super Bowl off of that. So like those guys are really running that division for a long time. You know what I mean? And then like when you have two like really big teams that have like such good rosters, like, and that it's just a really, it's bad. Because like, you know what it was? It was like the Eagles really ran the division in like the 2000s, like the early 2000s with like McNabb and Andy Reid and stuff, right? And Dallas was jealous. That's what it is, guys. Dallas fans were real jealous about that, and so now they've gotten a little bit of they've gotten a little team going, and now they're winning. Right now, like they'll beat the Eagles and stuff because we're rebuilding. And then they think they're hot shit, and they're like we own the Eagles, we own the Eagles. I'm like, you've only owned the Eagles with Dak Prescott. You realize that, right? Like if you historically, we're always pretty even, and we always bust y'all ass. So take that for what it is. Doesn't matter. You're gonna lose anyway. So
yeah.
And by the way, your game is getting streamed on Nickelodeon. Congrats, Nickelodeon. Yeah, I want to watch. I want to watch freaking Dak Prescott get slimed on in the face. This is so ridiculous, bro. I hope the 40. I hope fucking. I almost said Kenny G. I hope Jimmy G slimes on you guys. That's what I hope. That's all I hope. See, that's so true. We do. Why do we always like? It always comes back to like fuck you, fuck Dallas fans. Like, oh, you're like, yeah, you know, Raiders are doing pretty good. Yeah, but like, fuck Dallas. We're like, yeah, fuck Dallas.
Eat shit, Dallas fans. Eat shit.
All right, you know we should you know what we should do? Transition to another quarterback who has a special place in my heart.
Oh,
Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. I was a staunch Carson Wentz defender, right? Before they traded him, and now I'm like, I never realized how quickly, like, I could switch up. You know what I mean? Like when, like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck, man, like Carson Wentz really not about to be our quarterback anymore, bro. Like, I'm sitting down, like, I'm telling people, I'm telling you, I'm telling, like, fuck, man, like, I can't. As soon as I saw, like, him in training camp with like, the blue on, I was like, yo, fuck that guy, son. I was like, and then people in Dallas are like, or people in Philly are like, you know, we still root for him. I'm like, no, fuck no, I don't root for him, bro. I want Indianapolis to win. Number one, because if they win, it causes us a pick. Right?
Well, not anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they win, I mean, like, but whatever. But yeah, Carson Wentz. So now rumors are swirling. I'm sure you know about this. Rumors are swirling, right, amongst Indianapolis fans, of did we make the right decision bringing in Carson Wentz? Now, if you're not a football fan, Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts had an opportunity, right? They had an opportunity. It was the last game of the year. They were playing Jacksonville Jaguars, who have the number 1 overall pick, and the pick system goes from best teams are last, worst team is first. They are the worst team in the NFL, as dictated by the record. So the Colts have an opportunity to just win this game, get into the playoffs. All they have to do is win the game, and they get into the playoffs, right? So Dallas, I keep saying fucking Dallas, the Colts, right?
You're close. I mean, same state.
Yeah. So the Colts, they go to Jacksonville, and they lay an egg. I mean, they lay the biggest of eggs. I mean, Carson Wentz has a horrible game with the playoffs on the line, and Jacksonville wins that game.
Yeah, I think that was their third win of the season?
Something like that, yeah. They won 3 games.
Second so they did win 3?
Something like that. It's either 2 or 3 games. I don't know.
So they're either 2-14 or 3-13, but Indianapolis gave them their second or third win of the season at the season finale, basically.
With a chance to go to the playoffs on the line.
Yeah. Tanked.
Yeah. And they couldn't even get a better first round pick because it's ours.
They gave us another first round pick.
Exactly. So since that, Indianapolis fans are like, fuck, do we bring in the right guy? Like, is Carson Wentz, is he going to be the guy moving forward? Now, if you're asking me, I still stick with him because, number one, you have to realize what kind of situation you were in before that. Like, the Colts were 1-5 at one point. You know what I mean? Maybe not 1-5. Maybe they're like 2-5 or something, right? The Colts were in a really shitty spot, like, early on. So, like, and I think a lot of that was attributed to Carson Wentz going to a new team. Their identity kind of became Jonathan Taylor because they run the ball so well. I think next year, if you can start out, and plus they were plagued by injuries. Like Quentin Nelson, their all-pro guard, was out with a foot injury. And Carson Wentz sprained both his ankles. How? See, Colts fans, you know what we go through now. It's like, how do you sprain both your ankles? You know what I mean? So, but like they were in a really shitty spot in the beginning. Got dealt a real shitty hand, and really didn't find their groove until like mid-season. And by like mid-season again, they were like in the whole like 3-4 games behind 500, behind being even. So I think you give it one more shot. That's what I think. Plus, you're paying them a lot of money now too because they took the contract. So you have no choice. But yeah,
I don't think you're gonna pass that responsibility on to anybody else at this point.
Yeah, everyone else is like, yeah. So I think you got to stick it out for one more season because, like, if you look at what I don't know. I think you stick it out. I mean, you have to kind of at this point. You're kind of locked in. The Eagles were in that position, or no, the Eagles they were in that position until Howie Roseman packaged some kind of crazy deal. You got to stick it out. Sorry, Indianapolis fans. Even the GM came out and was like, we thought we did the right thing at the time.
Good fucking luck. We're not really in we're in an okay position. I don't mind Jalen Hurts. I think he's
I think he's still got to get his passing down.
Yeah.
Which will happen in time.
I think he's okay. But yeah, Carson Wentz. Damn, brother.
Yeah, talk about slammed on the face. Sorry, guys. Colts got slammed in the face by Carson Wentz, but
Howie Roseman.
Stick it out. Howie Roseman slammed on y'all motherfuckers. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Howie Roseman is in his bag right now, bro. Howie Roseman's like, I fucking do this shit. Like, y'all call me Steve. He's like, you know what it was like? I saw this thing where they superimposed Howie Roseman's face onto Thanos's when he was like, they called me a madman. And he's like walking. He's like, they called me a madman, right? But then now we're in the playoffs, right? Now how far we go in the playoffs is still to be determined, but we have 3 first-round picks, which is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. So
it's been crazy. Carson, I don't know.
I don't mind Carson. You know what I mean? But
like
he has horrible timing. That's all.
I was gonna say, to be honest, and I think when I was watching Chisel Adonis, he said the same thing. Maybe it wasn't him. I don't remember. But like Carson Wentz had like moments or like games where like he looked like his old self. Like when this season the Eagles won the Super Bowl, like it looked like him out there playing on the field. But like you can tell he's just not the same. Like I feel like he's a little too worried about re-injuring himself, and I understand. Like I wouldn't want to get re-injured, especially in the way that he got injured. Like I wouldn't want to get re-injured.
Yeah, it's so shit.
But it seems like he's like afraid to play now.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's also afraid to throw interceptions because of the bad year he had. You know what I mean? And listen, Philadelphia's not like an easy place to play either. Like you like. If the Eagles, as much as like Eagles fans reward like playing out of your mind, right? Like we will, like I've seen people like get into fistfights. You know what I mean? Like legit, like people are like other Eagles fans will be like, yo, I really like this guy. Like I don't like that guy. Fuck that guy. Or you know what I mean? And then they'll be like screaming matches, bro, right? Over players that they think are good. And then, but at the same time, we keep that same energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're playing shitty, we're like, yo, cut this
fuck out.
Yeah, they're like, cut this fucking bum, yo.
Like, a lot of people are really not happy with Jalen Reagor. I fucking understand.
Dude.
But
he got into it with a fan in his DMs. You see that? Where he was telling him, he's like, pull up, I'll fight you. He's like, I'm not going to fucking fight you. You suck. He's like, you suck at playing football. I'm not going to fight you. But, yeah, I love it. I love that in Philadelphia, like you can be like a 45-year-old sandwich shop owner and like want to fight an NFL player. That's so funny to me, dude. But yeah, I mean, fucking A, man. Philly, it's not an easy place to play. Like, so if you're doing bad, the city's gonna let you know about it. Right? The fans in the city are gonna let you know about it. So. Yeah. I mean, there's NFT tickets. Do you know what NFTs are?
No.
They're non-fungible tokens. That's all I know about those. But I didn't know that. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But yeah, the Eagle or like the Philadelphia fan base is super either A, forgiving or unforgiving, depending on how well you've done for them. Doug Peterson will always be good in Philadelphia, I feel like. I feel like Andy Reid will always be good in Philadelphia because of the way shit ended with him. But Nick Sirianni's working towards it. Like, Nick Sirianni had to kind of like everyone else outside of Philadelphia is kind of like, oh, this guy's kind of a weirdo. But in Philly, we're like, nah, he's all right. We're like, nah, he's cool. If he wins a playoff game like in his first season, by the way, he's the only like new head coach to go to the playoffs this year. So all you guys that were like, "Oh, the Eagles really going to bring this guy in? Or he's not good on the mic." Fuck you guys. Okay,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't see Brandon Staley.
If he kept playing the way if he kept having the Eagles play the way that they were doing in the first like half of the season when they were 2-5, 2-7, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
I think that man would either have lost his life in Philly or
that's true.
He would not have a job at the end of the season.
Yeah,
because a lot of people were really like, "How are you not going to run the ball with Miles Sanders?"
Yeah, and then I feel so bad for Miles Sanders, bro, because like we stopped we almost didn't run the ball ever with Miles Sanders in the first half of the season. Then as soon as we started running the ball and Miles Sanders started to have like 100-yard games, sprains his ankle, comes back, has a really good game, breaks his hand. I was like, dude, I feel so bad for that man. I really do, like, because we're the number one rushing
offense,
I think in the NFL, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think the Eagles are, but I think they broke a franchise record for like best or most rushing yards this season.
Yeah, I think, and that record was there since like the 50s.
Which I was surprised.
Like the 50s, yeah.
I was surprised about. I mean, they did add a game to the regular season, so it's understandable if more records get broken.
That's true.
But
we broke that like definitely towards the end of the season, though. Like halfway through is really when we started to like dive in and run the ball.
But I was just surprised by it because I was like, to be honest, with the abysmal amount of times that they ran the ball during the beginning of the season, I was genuinely surprised that they were able to break a record, even if it was just a franchise record for most rushing yards in a season.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. Because
the beginning of the half of the season was not good, but it seems like we weren't the only team that was like struggling throughout the first half of the season and then picked the shit up.
Yeah, like
the Dolphins did. They won fucking 7 straight.
Yeah.
After losing 7 straight, I'm pretty sure they won 7 straight.
Yeah, I actually think it was 8.
Was it 8?
I think so, 7 or 8.
I think they dropped to 1-7, and then I think they got up to 8-7, and then lost their last 2.
Something like that. But I don't. You know what it was? From what I heard, where there was an article that was written by Ben Solak, I think his name is. I can't say I think his name is. I know it's Ben Solak because I follow him on Twitter. But he wrote an article and he said, like, I guess Brian Flores, who's the Dolphins head coach, who if you guys don't know was fired, he didn't really like Tua. He wanted Justin Herbert.
The dude for the Chargers, right? Dude, if he would have had the fucking Chargers QB, he'd have been popping off.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm not really a big Tua guy. I want Justin Herbert. And at the time, Justin Herbert was like, I think they have like a. So I guess the way they draft, from what I understand, is like they have like these systems. So you have like, at the top sort of half of it is like the top half guys are the number 1 draft picks are like, these guys are too special. Like they're so gifted in what they do that we have to take them, right? Or another reason why is because they're so productive in college. Like Joe Burrow had up until the national championship game, this recent one on Monday. He was the leader, or he had the most touchdowns, most passing yards in a season. Had the best college football season in history at that point. And then Bryce Young came and changed that, the quarterback from Alabama. But he was so productive that they were like, we have to take this guy. Like, he's so good, he was so productive, he did so well in college that we have no choice but like to take this dude. Like, he's clearly the number 1. So the Bengals took him. And then same thing with like Trevor Lawrence, where like Trevor Lawrence won a national championship, just has like an arm, like he's so talented that we have to take him number 1. And then sort of when you get down, you have these guys that are super talented, but they weren't productive in college, and they call them boom or bust, right? So they're either going to be like super crazy good, or they're either going to like be the absolute shit. Like there's no in between. There's no like, oh, this guy can actually be good for a long time. It's like this. No, they're either going to be really good or they're going to be shit. And that's what they had Justin Herbert as. They had him as like, he's either going to be really good or he's going to be really shit. But the dude is just. I saw him standing next to someone that was so I'm 5'4". I saw him standing next to someone that was my size. He makes them look like kids. He's 6'6", and his arms go all the way down to his knees. I'm like, that's not normal. Like, that's not what a normal person looks like to me. Like, I mean, the dude is an absolute unit, and he has these super long. I mean, and he throws a bomb. Like there's literally a point where he's just like, he rolls like he's about to get sacked, and he runs away from him. And then he stops and he just goes like this and he throws the ball. And then the camera's just following the ball. It's just following it. I'm like, where the fuck do you throw this thing? It's just following it, and all of a sudden it just falls out of the heavens, bro. It falls out of the heavens right into this guy's arms, and he catches it. And I'm like, why would Miami look at Tua and be like, this guy's better? I like Tua, but I'm just saying Brian Flores has a point. And I think that he wasn't happy with Tua, but Miami ownership was like, we're all in on Tua, so they had to part ways.
I mean, look, if we're talking about head coaches that need to be fired, I don't know, because we just talked about the Chargers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the game between the Chargers and the Raiders.
I did not.
Or like,
but I didn't watch it, but I heard some foo-foo shit.
The
happen.
ending was wild. The Raiders were up by, I think, like 2 touchdowns into the fourth quarter. Chargers managed to come back with, I don't know how much time left. I think there was only like 5 minutes left in the quarter, and they managed to like tie it up, and they went into overtime. The Raiders got the ball first. They went down. They got a field goal. The Chargers got the ball. They went down. They got a field goal.
No way they're about to tie.
If they tied, they both would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There were people in the fucking stands holding up signs that said, take the tie.
And that would have kicked Pittsburgh out.
Yes. So, the Raiders get the ball back again. Time is running out. Neither of them are wasting timeouts. Neither of them wasted any timeouts in overtime until, they get closer down. I think it gets to like 40 seconds. This fucking idiot of a coach on the Chargers side,
Brandon Staley,
calls a fucking timeout. 40 seconds left. Raiders aren't even in field goal range. Tries to outsmart them by calling a timeout instead of just letting the clock run. They were going to let the time run.
The Raiders were?
Yeah, they were letting the time run. They were running the ball. Fucking Chargers coach calls a timeout. They take, the minute or whatever it is to like discuss everything. Raiders come back out. They run the play. They run the ball. They get into field goal range. And with like 2 seconds left, they kick the field goal and win the game. If that fucking Chargers head coach has a fucking job by the end of this offseason, I will be genuinely shocked. Like, why? Why did you think calling a fucking timeout with 40 seconds left in overtime when the other team was just saying fuck it and letting the fucking time run? Like, did Big Ben like call you up and was like, hey, I'll give you some money if you take the L?
Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here. If I'd have been the GM of that, or like whoever, I don't know who's in charge of like firing and like hiring people.
Yeah, GM.
If I was watching that shit and he fucking did that, I'd be like, get that man off the fucking field. He has no job here anymore.
Dude, that's...
I feel bad because now I realize like I'm yelling and there are people that are upstairs in your house.
They don't care. My sister's probably doing something ridiculous anyway.
But
Shout out to her. But
I could not believe like you have to go and watch it. It was a pretty wild ending. And
I'm gonna have to watch it, dude.
I just
watch
watched.
it.
I think I was watching Chisel Adonis's highlights, and he's a Pittsburgh fan, so
he was hype as fuck. Yeah.
When the Chargers lost, he was hype.
I wish we had better Eagles fans. Like the Eagles fan we got is like EDP 445. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Like fucking dickhead. Even like, you know what I mean? Like I wish we had cool Eagles fans. Like fuck, man.
But that was wild. I was like, how dumb. How dumb can you be?
Brendan Staley, by the way, the Eagles wanted to interview him. He rejected the interview. So sucks to suck, doesn't it, Staley? Yeah. So we wrapped up Eagles play. We wrapped up the NFL playoffs. Birds, Bucks.
I think we got most if not all of the NFL news out of the way. It only took an hour and a half, but that's okay, guys.
Straight out of the way, right quick. All right. Do you want to go? You know what? We're gonna do some gaming. You want to go do some gaming, or do you want to talk about Drake?
Well, I feel like because we have more gaming stuff, we should just talk about Drake first.
That's very true. So if you guys don't know, Drake is actually in the news for more than just having a good or a decent album. But if you guys don't know, Drake is a popular star.
I mean, if you don't know Drake, I don't
What
even
are you
listen
doing?
to him. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like his music. Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But
you
I know
who he
who
is,
the
like-
fuck he is.
Yeah. So Drake, he hooks up with this Instagram model, right? Or AKA whore, right? I'm just kidding.
Shit, after what she did or
Yeah.
tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would agree with me, but I shouldn't broad spectrum every it's IG hoe, but like most of them, like they're about clout and they want clout, like it's whatever, right? So she's an IG model and she links up with Drake. Like they talk on Instagram, and I don't know, I'm holding this pen. They talk on Instagram and they kind of get together and they hang out. I don't know when this is. Like I don't know what because it was just a post that was on. So I don't know when they hung out. I don't know what time frame this happened in, but they hung out. And all the post says that they hung out a few weeks ago. I actually read it before like literally before you came in. I read this post, and it is the wildest post I think I've ever seen. I'm gonna put it up on here, and I'm just gonna read it to you guys. Now there's some parts that I can't read because it's just. Let me go. Here he is, Drake hot sauce. It's just out of pocket. Okay, so here it is. So the post goes, allegedly Drake and the IG model allegedly met up. They met through Instagram. The two decided to link up a few nights ago. The model and Drake had a romantic encounter, and what happened next was, well, crazy. Crazy all in what is it? Capitals? After the party, they went back to his hotel. They smoked weed for a bit, and he asked if she wanted to do the nasty. Mm-hmm. She said that he was very intent on ensuring things were consensual between the two. I like that. They started off getting everything going, right? I can't read all this stuff, but I don't know. You can read it there. Starting with that right here, they started with a bit of bam bam. Are you reading it?
Kind of. Oh, they went full on with that, huh?
Yeah. They went in. So
they went into fucking detail.
Yeah. So they went in. So start off with a little bit of, warming things up. Like you go to the gym, you got to do a couple warm up sets. So they went and they warmed everything up. Him and her, they do the nasty. Right? They do the nasty, they hook up, and he goes in the bathroom, takes off a condom, right? Ties it, throws it in the garbage. Now, she goes into the bathroom, picks up the condom, and tries to do some turkey basting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to put it that's not gross. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I'm going to go with. She decides she's going to do a little home turkey basting, a little home insemination, and it doesn't go well. She starts to scream. She starts to holler, and she said she felt like she was pouring hot lava into her vag. She screamed and Drake ran into the bathroom. He admitted that he had poured a packet of hot sauce in the condom to kill the baby Drakes. So now, allegedly, she's suing him for assault or some shit like that. And dude, I don't know. I don't know
which way that's gonna go, but I'm gonna say if that goes against Drake, that's bullshit.
Like she got caught trying to trap him,
right?
Like, and there was, I think I was telling you guys this on Xbox. There's a part, I forget what song it is, but there's a lyric, there's a bar where he says he says he has to flush his like his condoms so that they're not collecting his specimens. I thought that was a bar. I didn't know that was real shit that was happening, right? And apparently, right, like on Reddit said that like Tabasco sauce will kill sperm. Reddit is wild. Son. That's a wild place to be, son. But yeah, dude, she tried to trap him. She tried to, get him for his guala, and it backfired. So I don't understand how, you know what I mean? Like in a legal space, how would I don't know how I would frame that if I was like a lawyer taking that case. How the fuck do you frame that?
I don't fucking know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think she wins that one. I mean, I guess it, knowing this fucking dumbass country, this case could go either way. Well, do I think that it should go either way? Absolutely fucking not. Yeah. If I was looking at that case, I'd be like,
can you imagine being the judge? Imagine being the judge, dude. He'd be like,
I'm not accepting this. This is not my case. I'm not taking part of this shit.
Yeah, that's.
I will be genuinely surprised if that goes in the favor of her, I guess.
Right. If she wins.
Yeah, I would be surprised if she wins that, because.
But how do you?
That is like entrapment, right?
Well, she's suing, so that's she's suing, so that's a civil court, so it's not criminal. Like civil court is just like allocation of funds. Like you fuck me over, no, I want money for it, kind of thing.
Oh,
with criminals, that's like the time, like hard time and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff is similar. But what I will say is, I don't know. I don't feel bad for her, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I know it's kind of a dickhead thing to say, but like, I don't feel bad. Like, that would be like if a guy, if the roles were reversed, right? Or if a guy did some like, for instance, if I put like a wig on and I claim to be a chick and I walk into the girl's bathroom, right, and you start doing some peeping Tom stuff, immediately they're like, that guy's disgusting, right? That guy's gross. He's gross. Like he lied. He doesn't really feel that way. He's lying, kind of thing, right? And this is not like a shot at if you're trans, do your thing. I'm just saying, like, if I did it on some, like, I just want to see, like, I don't really feel that way, but I just want to go into the girl's bathroom and like start doing some peeping Tom stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what a person was on and they did that for that reason, right? We would look at that guy and be like, that guy's fucking weird, bro. Like, you'd be like that. Like, immediately everyone, like, that guy is just, he's a piece of shit. But for girls, some girls are like, that's fine. You're like, sticking up for this woman. I'm like, son. I'm like, how could you stick up for someone that's literally.
That's dirty. That's disgusting.
I know. And it's gross. Yeah.
I guess, like, I understand that he probably could have just fucking washed it out, but like, why would I have to worry about going somewhere using a condom and then having to like actually having to worry about like flushing it or cleaning it out?
Yeah, it's
just
crazy.
Because some dirty hoe is going to go into the bathroom after I fucking throw it away and try and like shove that shit back in. Like, fuck out of here, yo. Yeah, I don't feel bad for her. Fuck it. I'm not. No holds bars. Yeah. Fuck that. I don't feel bad for her.
Yeah, it's hard for me too.
I can't feel bad for somebody who has put themselves in a position like that. Like, if you wouldn't have done that shit, your fucking wouldn't be burning. All right, you might have to blurt that one out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry. But like, so either way,
that's gonna be the Instagram clip. But I'll blur it. Don't worry, I'll blur it.
I'm just saying, she put herself in that position. That's on her.
Yeah.
I mean, she wants to try and sue. If he has to pay that bitch, that's some bullshit.
And that to me is what puts it over the edge too, because it's like, on one hand, if it's just like a story of you trying to be like we all kind of have stories of us trying to be like trying to do some foul, maybe not on this level of foul shit.
Yeah.
But like we all have a story of like where you try to like I tried to finesse somebody or something. You know what I mean? Like we all have that kind of story. But like it's when you take legal action, like if I finesse somebody and I get screwed over, when I take legal, like when I double down on my finesse, right? Even knowing that I was finessing somebody, if I doubled down on it, then they'd be like, this guy's weird. Like what are we doing right now? Like you tried to finesse, you got caught up in it. That should be it. That should be done. Like it's just a funny story. It's like whatever, it can go away now. But she made herself so much unlikable, Number one, by trying to finesse him in that way to that extreme, but also by taking legal action. Like, it's his fucking fault that you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's hilarious. Like, where did he get the packet of hot sauce? Like, was he just carrying the packet of hot sauce on? He was just bringing that shit around. He's like, you never know when you're gonna need that shit.
Yeah, I saw it. If you go to this Twitter, because I have it on Twitter, dude. What people are saying, bro. Look at this guy's like.
It's just got the fucking hot sauce on deck.
Yeah, it goes. Oh my god, I'm trying to find one where it was like, this is how Drake walking around with the hot sauce, and the guy's got it in a holster. Yeah. And he goes, oh my god, where's one? It goes Drake. It's like when Drake says he got that thing on him, and this guy's walking, and he has like on one of his belt loops, it's a bunch of hot sauce in a plastic bag. There he is. He goes, Drake be like, I got that thing on me. He's got
Get the fuck out of here, yo.
So this is, oh my gosh, bro, it's mad funny, but yeah, and yeah, I don't feel bad for that. I don't feel bad for him.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
she's at this point. She's like a Cowboys fan. Like, fuck y'all.
Always go back to Cowboys fan. Yeah. Like, yeah, Drake. Yeah, that girl. Her badge is on fire, but fuck Cowboys fans. Like, they probably like that badge on fire shit.
She probably is a Cowboys fan. Let's be real here.
Yeah, for real. I wonder where this happened. I really want to know.
That shit says Dallas.
Imagine it happening like that.
I'm fucking crying. I'm going home. I'm going to bed. My life is complete.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, one thing I will say about Dallas, or one thing I will say, like, if we're talking about the cities itself, first of all, I like Texas.
Yeah.
I fuck with Texas heavy.
I've only been to Texas like once, so
I want to go to Texas. Like, I've never been there, but I've been all up and down the East Coast, but I haven't really been far out west. Farthest I've been out west is like Michigan, so like Midwest. But no, I want to go to the city itself. I think Dallas is kind of a cool city, but the Cowboys there just. But there are people from Dallas that are Eagles fans, though.
I just don't
have some turncoats down there.
I feel like that's just weird to like live in a city and not root for the fucking sports team. I mean, I get it. You like whatever you like, but that's just funny.
Yeah, but like if I move to Houston, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna like the Texans.
I'm not gonna like the Texans, but if they do good, I'll be like, I'll support them.
Right. I won't dislike the Texans.
Yeah. Like, that's what pisses me off when people are in Philadelphia and they're like, no, I like Dallas, fuck the Eagles. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm like, you're living in the wrong city to be like in a different team.
Because I'm like, you're bugging right now. But like New York, I get. You know what I mean? Because like in New York, you have a choice. You can either be like, I like the Jets or I like the Giants.
Who the fuck?
That's a shitty choice.
Likes the
That's
Jets?
a shitty
Who the fuck?
choice.
And like nobody even thinks like Buffalo's in New York. I'm like, I could like Buffalo.
That's the only team that's in New York City, New York, the state, that plays in New York. The Jets and the Giants both play in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's fucking so much better.
New Jersey. I told you people got mad at me because I called it the armpit of the states. And someone said, and they all think I'm from Philly, so they're like, oh, someone said that Philly is the dope sick part of the states. I'm like,
it probably is.
I'm like, you're not wrong. Like, am I supposed to be offended by that? Either way, the IG model, this better be like a joke. Like, if this better be like a joke, because if not, that IG model's got to live with the fact that she got, and it's worse because she's got to live in it in private. Because
she's not in private anymore.
No, but I'm saying, like, we don't know who she is. Like, even the post, like, people don't, she's just this anonymous chick.
Oh.
Only Drake and her know about, like, who, like, Drake, her, maybe, like, I don't know, IG models can't keep quiet, so maybe, like, 10 other people know. But, like,
we'll probably find out at some point.
Eventually, we'll probably find out, and that is going to be, that's going to be worse, because her hoe days,
right,
her days of, like, being a hoe are just done.
No longer an Instagram model.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Exactly, yeah, like, her days of being a hoe are just clipped, done with, because she tried to pull some foul shit, so. Yeah. Damn. You know what, though? It's kind of crazy because I saw this and then I was like, man, I kind of want to be at that level. But nah, it's cool.
Y'all don't be doing some grimy shit like that. That's nasty.
Yeah, like if you sleep with, like, the cool thing, or at least for me, or for me, if I got a chance to, would be like, if I got a chance to sleep with someone, like, so say like if you get like, I don't know, if like, I wouldn't say Beyonce because she's married and Jay-Z is like real big in the podcast game, so I don't want to burn any bridges, but Jay-Z, I love you. But I don't know, like who's like a bad chick right now that's out there, like Rihanna maybe.
Megan Fox, I don't fucking know.
Well, she just got engaged to. Did you see? Did you see what he was wearing?
No,
son.
I refuse to like look
son.
Because I was just reading like some of the different things on there. And I was like, I'm pretty sure like one of the articles. I don't know if it's true, but like one of the articles I was reading was that like when they got engaged, they like drank each other's blood or some shit to like seal the deal. I'm like, that's what
the fuck?
I don't know if that's, like I said, I don't know if that's true. I didn't want to read it. I was just like scrolling down Facebook, and I think like the headline on the article was like something like that, and I was just like, "What? What?"
Bro, they got engaged, and he wore this like glittery like shirt, but it looked like a referee shirt. So they said that they were like, cause they were making memes like, when you go to Foot Locker and the guy comes out with like the last pair in your size and he's like on one knee presenting it.
Yeah.
And I also don't know if this is true, but Foot Locker actually retweeted it and said, yes, he requested off for this day. I was like, dude, they're flaming him now. I'm like, oh, he's it. This is it.
I've been like, let's go.
Machine Gun Kelly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's a weird couple to me. That's like remember, I don't remember this too much, but like from what I hear from like my parents and stuff, like remember like Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton, like they were like, if you look at pictures of them, they're like on the red carpet, they're like licking each other's tongues and shit. You're like, what the fuck are you like? Why?
Okay.
Like she apparently had like a vial of his blood like in a necklace that she kept on. See what I'm saying? Like. I don't get it.
I guess people are into whatever the fuck they're into. Hey, I mean, if you find somebody who's as weird as you, fuck it.
Go for it, man.
I guess.
I don't hate it, but at the same time,
that's just weird to me. I just, yeah.
I can't, bro. It's so creepy. It's so like, but also it's so I don't believe any of that shit's real. You know what I mean? Like I don't believe that like. I don't believe that they really like. You remember when they had the controversy over the table?
The table?
Yeah, there was like a table in their hotel room, and they were like, "We did some bad stuff on this table." And then he's like, "I'm not." I'm like, "Who cares, bro? Like, I don't care about you getting busy on the table." And that table doesn't even the table doesn't even look like it would support that. It's like one of those tables like that. You ever like push that table? That table is fucking rocky as fuck. Like, if you try to get busy on that, you'd break it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think they're just gonna get quietly divorced, you know, or even if they did get married anyway, maybe that was just for the thing. I don't know. Who knows? But
shit's crazy.
I mean, if they really like each other, then I'm wrong. Shout out to you guys. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing it right. If people don't know or people question it, if you're always talking about each other, that's cool. But yeah, fucking that Foot Locker one got me. That was kind of funny. Foot Locker is good. A lot of these companies are social media, like they're on it. Like Wendy's social media guy, Arby's social media guy, those guys are on it. Those guys are for sure on it. But I think that's all I have for like current events, quote unquote. I just want to transition to some gaming stuff. Some gaming things. All right. So we have a few things for you. What do you want to start out with? We got the top one I got is the Dying Light 2. Got an official release date.
Well, I mean, I think that's been the official release date for a little while. But, you know, Dying Light 2 got delayed, I think, like 2 or 3 times. So I think a lot of people are worried, like, it's going to be like Cyberpunk, where they're...
Yeah, where it's so much hype and not... It's like a overhype, underdeliver kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, don't do this to me, please. I've had enough of that. I mean, Battlefield was already a letdown. I had fun playing it, but like, it's not what they were hyping it up to be.
Yeah, it was real glitchy, and everything was real smooth, and yeah.
I was gonna have fun with it a little bit regardless, but
I was, because he was like I mean, Conquest has always been innovative. Like, Conquest is always great, but playing Battlefield in general, like with all the stuff that you can do, flying helicopters, shit like that, it's always fun. At least for me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I've always liked that part of it. So I was gonna have fun with that regardless too, as well.
I mean, I've always loved Battlefield. Battlefield 4, obviously, that's
top notch.
I think that's probably one of their most loved games. That had a really cursed launch too.
What happened?
Their
like, I hear about it,
horrible.
but what happened?
The launch for Battlefield 4 is probably kind of how it is with 2042. The servers were kind of shit. There was a lot of bugs. Obviously, 2042, the servers don't seem to be an issue, but the game is really buggy. But I don't know. If it gets better than what it is now, I'll be glad.
For sure, yeah.
But as it is right now, it's okay to play, but really it's not. It's not what I was hoping it would be. It's not fucking A1.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I kind of noticed after I first got it, and I got it a little bit later than you guys did. I got it about a week or two later from when it came out, I believe. I'm trying to think of when I got it as to when it came out. But I got it a little bit later, and I was like, I thought it was going to be fixed. By the time that I got it, I was like, oh, all this crazy stuff will be good to go. It was not. I remember there was a time where I loaded in and my face was all squiggly, right? I just had two eyeballs, and the eyeballs were wide as fuck like this, and then the mouth was all squiggly and shit. I was like, what is happening? I was like, what are we doing right now? And then everything was all smooth, and the only thing that you could see was a blob of a robotic blob walk to you with a gun. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought it was just my game. But then I came downstairs and my brother was playing it, and it was the same thing. He had that fucking robotic blob walking towards him. I was like, tough break. But the game is good though. I like the mechanics of the game are very smooth. I just like Battlefield in general. I think I'm on the same boat as you.
Yeah, like I said, I had a little bit of fun with it, but it's definitely not something I played a lot of Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
500 hours worth, if not more.
Yeah.
So, I was really hyped for 2042, and the hype didn't necessarily pay off, but I was okay with it. I'm okay that I got it. I'm okay that I spent money to buy it, but I'm not okay with the state of the game as is.
Hopefully they update it and screw up stuff and work it out. But
like I said, hopefully it gets better. But I'm just excited. At this point, I'm just moving on to better things. Hopefully better things.
Yeah, on to better things. That's
Dying
another Drake
Light
lyric. On to better things. That's what Drake said. But
Light 2.
Yeah.
Now, the release date's February 4th. I don't know if I said that already. I don't think I did.
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever. Either way, it's February 4th.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know.
February 4th. Dying Light 2.
I will be playing the shit out of that game, just like I did with the first game, because the first game was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't flop like a certain other open world game did.
Which game was that one?
It starts with C. And the year is 2077.
Oh, shit, yeah. That shit was so bad. I mean, the funny thing is that Cyberpunk came out and it was supposed to be this revolutionary game, and then GTA had better physics. GTA has been around ancient as far as games go. That's an ancient game, and when it has better graphics, when it has better physics in the game that just came out,
I think the main issue with Cyberpunk was not that it came out and it was bad. I think if it would have came out when it was scheduled to come out and it was bad, people would have been upset. People definitely would have been upset.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it got delayed 2 or 3 times. And then when they were finally set on the release date that they gave it, they were like, all right, it's time to like really start hyping this game up.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much better than GTA. Like, nothing's going to touch it for the next couple of years to come. And then it came out. Fucking flop. Horrible.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think Alex, I had him on, or my cousin's on. And Alex is like, he's a huge like gamer, same thing. And he actually streams, by the way. He does like Twitch streaming and stuff. So
streams more often than I do because I don't.
Yeah, but you have a streaming channel though, right, on Twitch?
I do, but I just haven't been doing nothing.
Yeah. You want to plug it? Plug it, bro. Plug it.
No.
Why?
No, I mean not until I actually start streaming. There's no point.
Because
I guess something happened with my fucking external hard drive, so I don't know right now if it's fully fixed or not.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't want to paint you into a corner or anything.
I just don't want. I don't know. I don't have. I like playing a lot of random games on the computer, but I don't play a lot of games online. So streaming, unless I'm playing something like, if I got the new Five Nights at Freddy's, I could probably stream that. But I didn't get it because I watched Markiplier play it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Markiplier. He's a funny dude.
Dying Light 2. I'm hyped. I don't care. Nobody can stop this hype train. I'm getting it. Even if I get it and it flops like some of the other games have this past like year or two, I'm just gonna have to suck it up at that point.
Yeah.
But they've been posting a lot about it. Like the developers have been posting a lot about it, and they've been showing off a lot of gameplay. So as long as it plays the way that it looks,
yeah, you'll be good to go.
It looks like it's going to be really fun to play. Right now, they're saying that the game to completely 100% the game is going to take around 500 hours.
What?
Yes.
Holy shit.
100% the game is going to take about 500 hours. I think when they brought this up on Facebook, they were saying like that's basically the amount of time it would take for you to like walk from, I think they said like Warsaw to like Madrid. I don't know if it's walk or like drive.
Countries? Yeah.
They either said walk or drive to get from like Warsaw, which is in Poland, to like Madrid, which is in Spain.
Probably drive.
Yeah, probably. Like,
I would hope so. I was like, if you're walking, like, bro, we have cars now. Like, you're not Jesus.
But to 100%, it's going to take around 500 hours. I mean, but they did come back, and because people were saying like, people were complaining about that. Okay. I think
they're complaining because they have more game to play.
People complain about anything. It literally doesn't fucking matter with games anymore. Like, they will complain if the game's too long, if the game's too short, if it doesn't have online. Like, people complain.
Unless it was Red Dead. Red Dead should have never had online.
You're not going to win everybody over, regardless of what you do at this point. But I think they said, 100% the game is going to take around 500 hours. But like the main storyline to get through that, I think they said they could take anywhere from like 20 hours to like, I don't know, because they did say like 20 to 100, but I don't know if they're including like the side quests and everything in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the main, if you just like followed the main storyline through and through, I think they said it could take around 20 hours, maybe a little more than 20 hours.
Also, most of it is just going to be like going and doing side missions and stuff.
The map is big, and even in the first Dying Light, there was like a lot of like random shit to do. So, I mean, that whole 500 hours thing, that was always like gonna be like to 100% complete the game. Like, get every collectible, clear out every like little building. You got to clear out like that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the main like storyline of the game is supposed to take anywhere from like 20 to like 80 hours, some shit like that.
Oh, that's kind of cool then. That's good. That's like around. How long was Red Dead?
I don't know. I never beat Red Dead, so I don't know.
Let me see. Well, actually, I remember I was saying something about Cyberpunk. My cousin Alex came on. And he said that like they were talking about like big rollouts and how they could be disappointing. He was saying that like Cyberpunk kind of did complete what it set up to, which was like just be an open world game. You know what I mean? Like, but again, I don't know about their rollout. I don't know like how hyped it was, so I don't really know. I just knew from people that were like truly into it, like you and other people that I watch on YouTube and stuff, that it was like that big. But again, I don't really follow video games. Like I like to play them, but if I like want to know something about it, I just go to you.
Well,
and I ask you about it.
Cyberpunk, it's not that like the game was trying to be its own thing, obviously. Like every game is trying to be its own thing, I think.
Yeah.
Except for Call of Duty, which just does the same fucking thing every year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, Cyberpunk came out, and people still play it. I can't really speak from experience. I wasn't hyped for Cyberpunk. I didn't buy into the hype. I didn't buy it. Vinny, who's been on the, when we went to Ohio, he was on the pod.
For sure. I'm thinking about bringing it down to Florida, too, and doing it with him there. Yeah, for sure.
I got to buy my tickets this Thursday when I get paid.
Okay.
Yeah. But after I buy my tickets, we should probably all look into what we're going to do, where we're going to stay and everything.
For sure.
But,
yeah.
Like, Cyberpunk, Vinny didn't really buy into the hype either, but he did want to get the game to play it, see if it was fun. So because he got it, I ended up getting it. I started it, but I really didn't get far because I noticed that the game was, like, really buggy. Again, I haven't played it since it came out, so I can't speak on how the game is now compared to how it was when it came out. The biggest issue for me was that Cyberpunk, they made it, like, they may have achieved their goal of being like their own thing. The problem is that you hype the game up, and I mean like really hype the game up. Like, you have to go back and watch the trailers up to when it was getting released. Like, they really hyped the game up to be something that was going to be able to last for so long. Like something... From my perspective, it seems like they were trying to hype the game up to be something that it was not going to be when it came out.
Right, yeah.
So when it dropped and it just wasn't great, like, a lot of people were pissed off. Like, I understand why they were pissed off too.
Yeah, for sure, I get it, yeah.
Again, I didn't buy the game. I didn't really play too much of it. I didn't buy into the hype. I'm not a fan of the game at all. I'm not going to get into it. It's just like, they're the people that made The Witcher. They're not the ones that made The Witcher, but they're the ones that made the game. Like CD Projekt Red, they're the ones that made The Witcher games.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people were really hyped that they were going to be doing their own thing. Like, I'm pretty sure that Cyberpunk isn't something that... I could be wrong, but, like, The Witcher is a book. It started off as a book. The author that made the book, gave CD Projekt Red the rights to make the game.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the game came out. But they had, like, something to go off of.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Cyberpunk is its own thing completely, like, brand
so
new.
They like wrote the script and
okay. I believe that's what Cyberpunk was. I don't know, because like I said, I didn't really buy into Cyberpunk.
Right. Okay.
So with The Witcher, they had like a general baseline to go off of, and they executed like people really love The Witcher games. I never played them because they're like Mass Effect, where the choices that you make in, one or two might have consequences in the third game.
Okay.
So when I figured that out, I was like, I'm not going to play the third game then, because I did that with Mass Effect, where the Mass Effect 3 was the first game that I got, and I was like really disappointed by the fact that I couldn't save there was certain people that I couldn't save because I never played the first two games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was upset about that, and to be honest, I wasn't really willing to put myself through that to play the third Witcher game. So I've avoided playing The Witcher unless they decide to like remaster or like remake the first two games. Like, I probably won't play The Witcher because I like the show.
Yeah, the show's fire.
I fucking love the show.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but like people that have watched it, they always say it's really good.
Yeah. I finished both of the seasons, so at this point, I'm just waiting. I think they already confirmed that it's renewed for a third season.
I'm gonna have to watch it because everyone, like I said, everyone that like has watched it said it was really good. So
this is a really good show.
Yeah.
I mean, they really went into detail with it, and I guess the difference between the show and the game is that the show is following the events of the book, whereas the game went off, I think, in a different direction.
Right. Okay.
So
I mean that makes sense.
But yeah, so Dying Light 2, hope it's not a flop. I'll find out in February.
Yeah, we'll see. You want to talk Rainbow Six Extraction? And those people that pre-ordered it?
Yeah, I mean, if you pre-ordered it and you have an Xbox, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that you did that to yourself, but you're an idiot. Yeah. Look.
Sucks to suck, buddy. I mean...
for those of you that don't know, Rainbow Six Extraction is basically like a zombie game. It's like but it's like a zombie game, but with like Rainbow Six characters.
Yeah.
So it's set in the Rainbow Six universe, and yes, there is kind of a universe going on. In Rainbow Six. So the characters that are in Rainbow Six Siege, which is a game that me and Jason often talk about whenever I'm here.
Last time we played was not pretty, by the way. Very forgettable.
Yeah. So some of the characters that are in the game are going to be in Rainbow Six Extraction. Rainbow Six Extraction is basically a game that didn't start off as its own game. Originally, it was a game mode that they put into Rainbow Six Siege that so many people liked that they, for some reason, decided to make it its own game.
Wow. I don't know that.
I don't know how many people really wanted it to be its own game. When the game mode came out, I had a lot of fun playing the game mode. I don't know if you played it. I don't think so, because I got into it kind of late. So, I got into Siege really late. Like within the past 2-3 years, I got into Siege. So I got into it a little late. So yeah, the game mode when they had it on Siege, from my understanding, a lot of people really enjoyed the game mode. I had a lot of fun with the game mode because it really wasn't what I was expecting them to put into Rainbow Six Siege, at least. And it was fun. And I guess after they took it away, people were really hoping they'd bring it back, and then rumors started circulating that they were just going to make their own a completely different game for it.
That's sick, actually.
And that's what they decided to stick with. And I think originally it was supposed to come out last year, but with everything that happened, everything that's been happening, they had to push it back. And now I think it's slated to come out on the 25th of this month. But now it's going to be on Game Pass day one if you have an Xbox. So we don't have to buy it. Fuck PlayStation!
Yeah, PlayStation. I know they were mad, bro. They're getting mad, but
I mean,
what are you gonna do? It's like Dallas fans, bro.
Yeah. I will say, this is not something that I am really hype about. Rainbow Six Extraction. I wasn't gonna buy it. Well, at least I wasn't gonna buy it at full price.
Yeah.
They announced that they were gonna drop the price, I think, to $40 instead of it being $60 because they kind of figured that nobody was going to pre-order that shit.
Yeah, because it's such a niche thing. It's they're even though you're talking about there's a lot of people that liked it enough for it to become its own game.
Yeah,
but those people are already in a small group of people anyway. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get casuals aren't going to buy a Rainbow Six Extraction. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Dude, this is weird." They're not gonna know a lot of the operators in it. You don't even have to be a diehard player. I'm not a diehard Siege player. I like to play it. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. Until you get put with a bunch of sweats. But it's not appealing to the casual fan. You know what I mean? It's not appealing. You're not gonna get my brother to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, I think they did kind of screw that up in that way, but
I mean, the game looks like it's going to be fun to play a little bit. At least if you have, if you have some friends to play it with. But, like, again, I could be playing fucking Minecraft, and for most of my friends, I think they all know that I am a very big hater of Minecraft.
Yeah.
I could be playing Minecraft and still have friends, still have friends, still have fun so long as I'm playing with my friends.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I do not like Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
And that's why I'm like, yeah, I could have fun playing that game, but I could have fun playing any fucking game given the right friends.
Yeah.
So, Rainbow Six Extraction, now that it's on Game Pass, I'll probably download it. I'll probably play it. I might have a little bit of fun, but I mean, as soon as Dying Light 2 comes out,
it's just different level.
I'm not going to give a shit about Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah, there's not many games that, like, you're going to care about once Dying Light 2 comes out. 'Cause that game. And by the way, I looked it up while we were talking. Red Dead Redemption 2 was like about 60 hours of playtime. So Dying Light's about to be a freaking, it's about to be a banger, hopefully.
So if I had to guess, Dying Light 2 is probably going to take around that same amount of time to finish the main storyline if you're not rushing to finish the main storyline.
Yeah, if you're not like speed running.
Like, I think when they say like the main storyline is going to take a roughly 20 hours to finish, I think that's if they mean like you're just focusing on the main storyline. Like,
yeah, if you do like no side missions
and if you don't explore, if you're not into like just viewing the open world as is, because this game, like Dying Light 2, I'm not to like side or go back, but like I forgot to mention that Dying Light 2 has like, as long as they kept it in when they originally like talked about it, Dying Light 2 is going to have a system where like every choice you make is going to have a consequence. Like it's a butterfly effect.
Damn.
So like I could help like a certain faction in that game, and it might like reveal a different area of the map. Like
so it's like you might have to just play side missions to like really get everything going.
So yeah. But yeah, back to Rainbow Six Extraction. It like I said, it looks like it's gonna be a fun game. My biggest gripe with it has been like I hate the fact that it's only 3 players.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's not a 4-player game. Like it's 3. It's limited to 3 players, and it's basically you're just going to be doing the same shit. It's kind of like Destiny. Like Destiny has like raids, and that's kind of what a lot of people get on Destiny for, is to just kind of run raids and shit like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fun, but like after a certain while, after you've fucking played the game enough, everything that happens is probably going to be the same to you. Like it could happen in different events. There could be different like things that you have to do in the mission, but everything is going to start to feel the same. It's going to get boring. It's going to get repetitive. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not too hyped for Rainbow Six Extraction. I'll play it when it comes out, but ultimately, it's on Game Pass. I don't care.
Yeah, like most Game Pass games, it's kind of hit or miss.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, same here. I think I'll download it. I'll play it with you guys a couple times, but
ultimately,
if it's not good, I'm deleting that shit. Really.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be one of those games that I just clear space to make for a different game.
Yeah, to make for
like a certain game that comes out on
February
February 4th.
Yeah. So, all right. So then we move on to Total War, Warhammer, baby. You've been on a kick of that lately. You've been going in every time, and mind you, this is how he plays it. Like we'll be playing a game, like we'll be playing like Siege or something. Maybe not Siege, but we'll be playing something on the Xbox, and then he'll have like Total War on.
Yeah, so it's a computer game,
like on the PC. Yeah,
for most of I shouldn't say most. For people that have a computer and are into strategy games, I mean, Total War, Warhammer, or at least just Total War in general. If you have a PC and you're into strategy games and you haven't heard of Total War, you're fucking nuts. I mean,
you're crazy, bro.
Because I mean, Total War is a very big. Well, I would say it's a pretty big franchise in terms of the computer.
Yeah.
A lot of their games were more historical. Like they had up until I think the first Warhammer game came out, they had like Total War Rome 2, which took place.
That's the one that I always saw was Total War Rome.
Yeah. Like that takes place, early when the Roman Empire was going on. They had Total War Attila, which is like the Huns. Like you can play as the Huns.
What is the Huns?
Like the Mongols.
Oh shit!
Like the Mongolian Empire and shit like that.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
the Huns.
So they had Total War Napoleon, which is further ahead in time. Like that's when they had
like muskets and shit.
Yeah, muskets and shit. So like line infantry doing fights. Like that's what you could do in Napoleon. And then now I think Warhammer. I'm fairly certain. I know people that are into Warhammer are probably gonna fucking crucify me for saying this, but like, Warhammer is its own series. I'm pretty sure. They do have separate games. I don't know too much about them because I wasn't really into them until Total War Warhammer came out. But up until Warhammer came out, it was Total War games were historical games. Like there was a lot of focus on like what actually happened or what you could change in history from happening. Like they had Shogun. Shogun was just Japanese stuff.
Just Japan.
They had like ninjas, fucking samurai, stuff like that.
Fires.
That game was good.
That's great.
And then Warhammer came out, and I don't know how people reacted to Warhammer coming out. I didn't really have a computer that could run Total War Warhammer that well originally. So I wasn't into it. I didn't really get into it. And then when I did buy it, I was like, this game is like really good. Like, like what the fuck happened? Like, why was this not hyped up more?
Yeah.
So Warhammer is a fantasy game. Like there's, like dwarves, orcs, elves, like shit like that. So it surprisingly, like, at least the way that they built it into the game, like it was really well done. Warhammer 2 came out. I got Warhammer 2 because of the Skaven. The Skaven are rat men.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know.
Let's go.
I mean, that's fucking awesome. Just the prospect of seeing like huge rats just try and swarm enemies is awesome to me. So now we get to Warhammer 3, which is coming out February 17th.
Very nice. February. Ooh.
And
damn. February's going to be a good month for you.
Oh, yeah. And you know why it's going to be even better?
What?
Warhammer 3 is on fucking Game Pass. Let's go.
The PlayStation. They have Uncharted, which is good, but Gears of War is better.
I cannot stress this enough. I love Game Pass. I have been an advocate for my boys buying Game Pass since day one.
I think you're the guy that put me on the Game Pass. You're like, bro, get Game Pass. I was like, it was like when it first came out too, like around that time.
I think it was before they had Ultimate, because now they have Game Pass Ultimate, which if you get that and you have a computer, you get access to computer games and you get gold, and whatever games they have on Game Pass on Xbox.
Yeah.
So even before Ultimate came out, I was on it. I was on Game Pass. I was like, dude, get Game Pass. It's fucking awesome. I don't care what anybody says. It's worth it.
True.
It's fucking worth it.
Yeah, you were like, bro, just get it, bro. I was like, because at the time the big one was like EA Access.
Yeah, EA
that
Access
was huge.
Okay.
Yeah, it was EA Access was huge, and then there was another one that was pretty big too. But you were like, dude, just get Game Pass. And then eventually they rolled when I knew it was getting big when EA Access became part of Game Pass. I was like,
yes, sir.
That shit's about to be nuts. And then sure enough, it got crazy.
Yeah, because now they have EA Access on Game Pass, and I think now they added with Rainbow Six Extraction, Uplay or Uplay Plus, whatever they're fucking.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I mean,
that's Ubisoft's like challenge thing. It's kind of like how Rockstar has their server shit. Like that's what that is. For you guys that don't know, like it's just like a. It's like how like Madden you can go online and do stuff. I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Like Madden, you can make your teams online and manage them online on your computer. That's what Uplay is, but for like Ubisoft games.
Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed and stuff.
So I mean, now, if you're listening to this podcast, you have an Xbox.
Yep.
And you're paying for Xbox Live Gold. You're a fucking idiot.
Get Game Pass.
You're a fucking idiot.
Game Pass, fellas.
Get Game Pass.
Ladies and fellas, I'm not discriminating.
Save yourself the fucking trouble. Get Game Pass Ultimate. It comes with gold. It comes with games. And don't fucking listen to the PlayStation ponies. Games stay on there for a certain amount of time and then they'll get taken off. Yeah, okay. I've fucking played so many games that are not Xbox owned that have been on there since like Game Pass came out. Fucking Stellaris.
Oh yeah.
Fucking City Skylines. Come on. These aren't great. These aren't great fucking like
examples
because they're games that I really enjoy that people probably don't enjoy.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to advocate for Xbox because, you know, they're not sponsoring us or anything. But Game Pass, I just love it.
Yeah, Game Pass is different because Game Pass leads us to a lot of these topics. Yeah. But Xbox, I don't have my Series X, and I told my cousins about the story. All right, I'll tell you guys this again if you haven't seen the other one. So I'm looking right now. I'm looking for an Xbox Series X. I want to buy one, and I'm like scouring the internet. Right at one point, my phone gets hacked because I'm on like a Chinese website trying to order this shit, and nothing. I'm not trying to hate on anybody's Chinese. It's not nothing to do with you. Just kind of a it was a joke. Like relax, right? So I'm looking for all these different things, and the cheapest one I could find is like $600. I'm like, fuck, man, $600 isn't bad because it's $4.99, so you're probably gonna pay in and around like $5.15 or some shit like that. If my math is correct, right? You're gonna pay like $5, like $600, $625 is not bad. It's not a bad deal, but everywhere that I can go and order it from is like $850, $900. I'm like, I'm not paying that much. I refuse to pay that much for a fucking system. I refuse. Right? I'm not going to pay that much unless it's like
a computer.
Unless it's like a computer. But I'm not going to pay like $1,000 for an Xbox. It's not going to happen. So I'm like fucking looking for this thing, and then I remember when you were telling me, and he was like,
the dude on Twitter.
Yeah, he goes, I followed a guy on Twitter, and I called GameStop like right here in the valley, and they had them, so I just drove there and I waited in line, and there was like 4 people in line, and you got the last one, didn't they? They restocked like 5.
I think so. When I got it, they restocked at GameStop, but they only had like 10. I think there was like, no, sorry, I think there was. Okay, sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
It's cool.
There was like, I want to say six Xbox Series X's and like 6 or 8 of the Series S's. Mm-hmm. So when I got there, I think I was like the 5th person in line. Mm-hmm. So I didn't get the last Series X, but I was right fucking there. I don't remember exactly how many Xboxes there were, but I was like the second to last person to get a Series X because I was the second to last person in that line when they fucking opened. Mm-hmm. Because I followed that dude. Like,
wait, I'm gonna follow him right now.
I'll pull it up on Twitter. But yeah, he does. He like follows the stock for PlayStation if that's what you want to get.
Oh, really?
And Xbox. So he knows like a lot of the stuff when it's going to come out. And for some of it, he knows beforehand when it's going to be restocked.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah, he, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Either way, I got the Xbox. I got the new Xbox. I'm hype. I don't need my old one. So yeah. That's my situation. I'm good to go.
All right, thanks,
I don't have to worry about having to follow this dude anymore, but I still follow him just in case any of my boys want to know
facts, bro.
What's going on. So continue your story.
No, I was just saying that I'm like scouring the internet, and then I hit you up and I'm like, bro, where'd you get yours? Or how much you pay for yours? You're like, $500. I'm like, where? He's like, oh, I just waited in line. I was like, no. And now, but even though, to be fair, like that was beforehand. Like that was before that I was looking, because I wasn't gonna buy, because you got it like the year it came out, which again is like crazy, by the way. The guys, it's the year it came out, bro, and he got one like, I think it was like a couple months after it came out.
I think so. I think because it came out at the end of 2020, right?
Something like that.
So it wasn't the year. It was within a year of it coming out. So basically, it came out in 2020, and I think I got it. I got it definitely before June, because that was when I quit my last job and started at the new place. So within a couple months of it being out, I managed to go to GameStop and get it during one of their limited limited restock events. So
craziness, man. But I think it's getting a little bit better now, because you see like resellers starting to drop their price.
Yeah, well,
when that's happening, it's starting to get all right.
Yeah, they're not only are they starting to drop their price, but so a lot of the issue behind why they couldn't like restock it to a point where they were selling, they were making enough to sell.
Yeah.
A lot of the problem was that, like, I guess the graphics card that they were putting in both the PlayStation and the Xbox, it was hard to get because of supply issues.
Yeah.
And with COVID, it made it so much fucking worse.
Yeah, because now they got all those ships in fucking California or outside of, like, I don't know where else, Florida maybe? There's mad ships with just shit just sitting off the coast, like just hanging out there.
Yeah. So supply was just like really, really hard to get the chips for and everything.
Yeah.
So now I forget where I was going with that.
So now that the prices are dropping.
Yeah. So I mean, now that the prices are dropping, it's a good sign. Hopefully, as long as nothing crazy happens,
Knock on wood, because they're gonna be like, oh, here comes back fucking swine flu. Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, so long as nothing out of the fucking blue happens, hopefully the stock, like keeping the new consoles in stock, won't be too much of an issue soon.
Yeah.
I can't really tell, but again, it's not really my problem because I got a new Xbox.
That's the thing is, like, if the resellers, like, if they get inside of like 550, right, like 550, I'll pull the trigger on one like tomorrow.
Yeah,
but because I don't mind paying, like, look, I don't mind resellers getting their money, right? Like, I personally don't mind that, right? But at the same time too, it's like I'm not going to pay super crazy prices for anything. Like I remember Off-White, like did we talk about Virgil Abloh on here?
Who?
Virgil Abloh, he was like a designer for Off-White.
I don't think so.
Well, Virgil passed away. R.I.P. Virgil. He passed away just like towards the end of 2021. And he passed away. I can't remember if we talked about it or not, but I was like, fuck, man, I better go get Off-Whites, because they had like an Off-White did a collaboration with Nike. And at first I was like, oh, it's kind of overhyped. Like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't too into it, but then I was like, he passed away, and I was like, I better go get one before, like, because there's a couple that I like. I was like, I better go like cop one before it gets crazy. Like before like the prices skyrocket out of control and I can't buy any of those. So I went out and I was looking at them and they had already started, bro. I mean, there were shoes that were like probably like a month or 2 months beforehand. Probably still expensive, probably like $400, $500. Now, $2,000, $2,500. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is on some shit. Like, you think I'm paying $1,200 for dunks, bro? Not happening. So I found a pair that probably not the most well-known pair, but they match a lot more things. And so I ordered those, and they were only like $400. So I kind of find, but they were also relatively new as well. So maybe I historically I've had pretty good decision making when it comes to buying sneakers. Like I've been pretty decent with that, where I'll buy them when they're like kind of high but still reasonable, and then they just start to shoot up from there, and I'm good. They splooge, they splooge up from there. So do we wrap Total War Warhammer?
I mean, for those of you that want to know, Warhammer 3. Honestly, if you want to know about the game, just watch the faction trailers. The faction trailers really hype me up for this game. With every new game, or at least with Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2, when they had the first Warhammer, there were certain races that you could play as, and then with the DLC, they added in a few more to play as. Yeah. With Warhammer 2, they had like 3 big factions that were new to the game, and that was the Skaven, which were Ratmen.
Yeah, baby, those are my guys.
The Lizard Men, which were
the U.S. government, lizard people.
The Lizard Men are, to me, they're still the most OP faction in that game.
So they are the U.S. government.
Yeah. And then, they had, who was the other big? I want to say the High Elves, but I feel like that's wrong. Yeah, so they have different kind of elves. So like they have high elves, they have dark elves, wood elves. So like high elves are like
wood elves, nice.
When you see fantasy movies, sometimes you see when they have elven societies, like they're like
prissy and shit like that.
Yeah, they're like really royal and like they're big like that. That's basically the high elves. The dark elves are like
the ones in Thor. From Thor: The Dark
World. I did
not
see that movie, so
that's a pretty good one. You know what? I'm not gonna say it's a pretty good one. It's probably the most mid out of the 2 movies. The first one's better, and the third one's Ragnarok. That one's out of control. But
the Dark Elves are, they're basically like they're more into chaos than anything else. Chaos is a faction of its own, by the way.
That's sick.
They're basically like chaos is basically hell. Like that. That's
okay. All right. That makes sense.
So yeah, but like
so you could be like the devil.
Kind of. They have.
Oh, it's more so just
it's more lore based. So like, Chaos has certain leaders that they follow, and in Warhammer 2, you can play this thing called Mortal Empires.
Yeah.
Where it combines the map from the second game and the first game into one big map, and then you can play as any faction from the first and second game.
That's kind of cool, actually.
So. They have a lot of factions like dwarves, vampires, fucking vampire pirates. Still,
yes,
probably one of the best factions I've ever played as.
Yeah.
With Warhammer 3, they did confirm that they were going to do the same thing. So, with the first 2 Warhammers, if you own both of them, you get access to Mortal Empires, and like I said, that mashes the first 2 maps together.
Okay.
And then you can play as any faction from both games. They already confirmed with Warhammer 3 that they were going to be doing another thing like that, but it's going to be called Immortal Empires. They're going to mash all 3 maps together.
Oh fuck!
Which means the map is going to be fucking huge. My computer is already crying.
It's crying on the inside.
Yeah. So
by the way, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I just fucking bashed my face and my nose off of this thing. I just went like this. I was like, ow.
Just to give you a rundown, the faction trailers are really awesome. The things, me and my friend, we've been playing Warhammer a lot. Sometimes we play together, sometimes we don't. Just depends if we're both on at the same time or not.
Is it Hez?
Yeah. He's really excited. He's really excited to play as the Ogre Kingdom.
Let's go, Shrek. Yeah. I love it.
I am really excited to play as Nurgle.
What?
Nurgle.
Who's that?
It's so the Skaven, they have their own form of corruption. Mm-hmm. And so basically in Warhammer, you have to like spread corruption. So if you're playing as vampires, there's like vampiric corruption, and it actually changes like the map. Like you can see it changing from like, so if it's not corrupted at all, like it's green, lush, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
But if you start corrupting the land, like the land actually starts to change. And, Chaos can corrupt the land, and Skaven have their own form of corruption. And what I like to think is that Nurgle is basically like this Skaven corruption. But yeah, they have a good amount of trailers. They have Russia in the game.
Of course.
That's basically, I mean, like, if you watch the faction trailers, you'll know exactly which fucking faction I'm talking about when I say it's basically Russia.
They have the big fucking woolen hats and shit.
And then they basically have like old school China.
Oh,
like you have to watch the trailers to understand what I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to watch
it. It looks awesome. I cannot wait. It comes out on February 17th, and like I said, it's on Game Pass. So I'm hype.
I might get it too. I might download it.
I'm still gonna have to buy. I'm gonna have to buy the game on Steam because my guess is that now with Game Pass, like it's connected to the Microsoft Store, but I have the first 2 games on Steam because that's what I use. Like almost everybody uses fucking Steam.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna have to buy the game at some point, but I'm okay right now with living with the fact that I do not have to buy it when it comes out. So theoretically, I can wait for it to go on sale, but even if it's not on sale, I'm still going to buy it. I'm hyped.
Yeah. That's dope.
So yeah, Warhammer
really
3,
cool.
excited. Can't wait.
No, that's dope. I think our last topic, bro.
What, the day before?
The day before. Last topic of the day, ladies and gents. We did a long one today.
Yeah, we're almost to 3 hours.
That was long. But long overdue, though, because we had we brought in the boy. We had 2 guests on. We had Sammy. Shout out Sammy. We had my cousins on, so just the OG. This is the OG right here.
Yeah.
This is the real, what they saw, the real McCoy, baby. Right? Shout out to our guests. You guys were awesome. You guys were amazing. But, yeah, man.
With the holidays and then with me being sick last week, it was a little hard for both of us to get into doing this.
Yeah, it's been
we back.
Yeah. We back, though. We back, yeah. 2022 to the moon, baby.
So the day before, I doubt you've seen anything on it. They have a couple of trailers. But
I think I did.
Okay, I was gonna say
because I remember I saw it when I was looking because normally what I was doing last year was like before we would do a podcast, I'd look at like the new games coming out, right, just so I could be like up on it, And I saw one. But like, I'm so ADD that like I'm watching this, and then I'm like, I wonder what I'm doing. Like I'm just doing like a bunch of other stuff, right? So I saw they had a trailer for a game, and it was like the zombie game where like he's just standing. This guy is just standing somewhere, and he's just mowing down like zombies. They're pouring out all over the place. And is that the day before? Because there's one where, there was 2. There was one where like there's a bunch of zombies chasing one guy, and he's got like a backwards hat and shit, and he's just kind of pouring out of this, like they're pouring out of this place. Then there was another one where these guys are driving, they have to like drive somewhere, and they're driving in like a Jeep, and it gets stuck
in the mud, right?
Yeah.
That's the day before.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I don't know if the other one. I don't know.
The other one might have been like either Back 4 Blood or World War Z. Yeah,
it might have been World War Z because Wayne got Back 4 Blood. That was pretty good. I've been watching him play it, and it seems pretty good. But
it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, do you really play it?
I have it downloaded, but I haven't really played it because I was hoping it was going to be like Left 4 Dead.
But it was like cards. It's like you have like
similar.
cards and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
It's a weird system.
Yeah.
It was fun to play, but I'm just not as interested in it as I was in Left 4 Dead. I don't know how much of that has to do with me just being extremely... Like, Left 4 Dead was the reason I got an Xbox.
Exactly.
So, I don't think anything will ever top Left 4 Dead for me.
Yeah. And plus, it was just a good game.
Yeah.
It was an all-around really good game.
And it's still playable if you're... I mean, you can play it on Xbox if you want, but, like, the real place to play it at is Steam. Because you can download mods, modded campaigns, like, player-created campaigns. It's just fun.
That's dope.
Back to the day before. The day before is, it's an open-world zombie game. I mean, what isn't these days?
Yeah, everything's open world or fucking battle royale.
Yeah. So... the day before, I mean, the way that I look at it is for those of you that have played The Division, it looks and it seems to like play a little bit like The Division, where it's got that third down, like top view kind of camera.
Yeah, like a third person cam kind of, almost like GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, GTA kind of thing, yeah.
You can take cover, and it like I said, it kind of looks like playing the Division. But it has zombies in it, and I believe like it's like it's a multiplayer game. Like I think it's always online. I want to say it's always online because I think the other people that you run into, you can like shoot at and fight if you want to. That's the only. That's like my gripe. I'm not a big fan of games like that, but I understand the appeal.
Yeah, yeah. Like DayZ, like when Arma 3 was modded to DayZ before like DayZ actually came out on its own, like. But those maps are fucking huge. Mm-hmm. Like, those maps are huge, like, huge.
Yeah, so, I mean, it looks like the game is going to be really in-depth. Like he said, in the trailer that he watched, the car does get, like, stuck in the mud, and I think you do have to, like, push it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to, like, move obstacles and stuff, too. Eventually, you get to, like, a gas station, they get to a shootout.
And they have to, like, fix their tires and everything. So, the game seems to be, like, really in-depth, and that could be a good or bad thing. Yeah. But the game is, I believe, I don't know the exact release date, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to come out in June of this year.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Okay, so the launch is going to be on PC in June. However, it is confirmed that it'll be coming to the new consoles. So it won't be on the Xbox One or PlayStation 4, but it will be on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X.
Okay, that's cool.
So, I mean, it's definitely exciting because a lot of games, a lot of people, that is the appeal for like computers, is that you can play a lot more games on the computers because almost everything is guaranteed to come out on the computer. Yeah,
regardless. Like, that's why they say like PC Master Race, all that stuff, because it doesn't matter what you have, you can play it on a PC, like, regardless.
Even with a lot of the exclusive games, like Xbox has basically just been like, we're exclusive, but that just means we're not giving it to PlayStation. Like, we'll give it to PC. We don't care.
Yeah. And a lot of their games are actually nice on PC too.
Like I play Sea of Thieves on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs like really smooth.
Yeah. So that's cool.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of the newer games that are going to be coming out, they will be on the new consoles, or at least a lot of the games, like not strategy-wise, like Warhammer 3, I don't think that's ever coming out on the consoles.
You don't think so?
I don't think I'd even want to see how that would work on a controller. Like playing Stellaris on a controller is odd.
It's a different ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
It's odd. It's especially because like I played it on the computer and I played it on the Xbox, so I know how the controls are on both, and it is a little weird to get used to playing on the controller, but as soon as you figure out all the controls, it's fun. Warhammer 3, though, I don't believe that would be on the Xbox, just because it's
probably like way too much to run it and shit like that. Like,
well, the new consoles will probably be able to run it. I just don't know if they want to go out of their way to port it over to.
Yeah, because don't they have to like shrink certain things and then like
redo
it essentially for console?
Obviously, we're not game developers, so we don't know exactly all the work that's put into porting games over from the PC to the console.
Yeah, I have no clue. So,
but I'm pretty sure. Like they do have to go in and actually, it's basically like making a new game over again.
That's nuts, dude. That's so crazy.
So, I don't know. I don't think it'll come to Xbox. If it does, fuck it. That means I got more people to play with. But
very true.
If it doesn't, I have a computer, so I don't care.
But the day before, that's coming out on console.
Yeah, so at launch it won't be out on console, but it will come out for console.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, if I had to take a guess, it'll probably come out, in June on PC, and then give it anywhere between a half a year to a year, and it'll be out on consoles.
Okay. About 6 months to a year, it'll be out on console.
Maybe quicker. I mean,
I gotta get a computer, bro. I gotta get a fucking computer, guys.
Just get a laptop. Save yourself the trouble. You can get a desktop. It's great having a desktop.
I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need like a area to put it, and I don't want to put it down here because I'm not gonna spend all that time down here. Down here it gets cold as fuck. So,
shit.
Why do we have it down here, bro? I mean, it would be cool because then I could also like edit stuff down here too. But like if it's almost like if I get like a gaming thing, and it has to be just for gaming, kind of thing. So
yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you want to get it for. Like, depending on how good the specs are. Like, my computer's good enough to play games, and I could stream, but again, I don't go out of my way to do that because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I don't know. That's about the best I can know. That's the best summation.
That's about it. Yeah.
Summaration that I can put out.
Summaration, motherfucker, bro.
So yeah.
But no, I get it, bro. I get it. There's times like where I'm just like, we gotta record today. Like I'm like, I'm really just trying to lay here, and like order pizza or some shit. But why say order pizza? But I'm like now I'm so spoiled. Like when I go out to eat, when I go to the drive-thru, I get it from there and I just like eat in my car. So it's hot, like it's steaming hot, and I'm like, oh, this is great. But then if I order pizza, by the time it gets here, it's kind of like mild. I'm like, damn, bro. But yeah, I think that's about it, bro. I think we got everything. Do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think so. I think I got all my talking out for the next couple of days.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, bro, like we're going 2 hours 51 minutes. There maybe I don't think I'm gonna have to cut anything out really.
I mean, you might have to blurt out that part.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna blurt that out but after I blurt it out, it'll be a clip on Instagram. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it, man. Well, like yeah, when you go for like these long things, I don't want to talk about shit. Like after we record, we'll probably end up on the Xbox later, and I'll just be like,
we'll just be talking shit.
Yeah, we'll just be talking shit, or we'll talk the most. But like when it's like dead space, we're not really talking. Just we talk all the time. Like, yeah. But that about wraps it up.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Before we go, we should probably give him an update on that score.
Oh yeah. So as we're recording this right now, it is. Let me refresh one more time.
Is it over?
No, it's quarter 4, and the Bengals are up by 10.
I think they got it.
26,
I think they got it in the
16. Bag. So, barring a meltdown, our first thing proves right. But like I said, tomorrow and later on tonight, and Monday, you'll see how it shakes out. But don't use us. Don't use our picks betting.
No,
because I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was some crazy shit. So that if you guys are going to use us for betting, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? We're not like giving advice on how to bet. We are just making our picks, having fun. I think you should too. If you're a big bettor, if you have nothing to lose,
right? If you're not actually betting money,
yeah, do whatever you got to do. But we're not. I'm not. This is not advice to go betting for.
I'm not a professional football analyst.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I like ball. I can talk some ball, but outside of that, you're on your own, cousin. So that's about it. That is about it. We are in the midst of proving them right. But as usual, go check us out on Instagram. Go check us out on YouTube.
Everything.
Go check us out on everything. I plug everything in the bottom there. In the description, I put all the links and everything there. So all you got to do is scroll, click, and you're good to go. Keep an eye out for more clips. I've been posting more and more clips throughout the week to kind of keep you guys interested. So that's been going pretty well. We've had a couple go over 3,000, over 3K. So it's been cool. It's been really, really cool. So thank you guys. If you enjoy, please consider subscribing, leaving comments, all that stuff, and just supporting the boys. But until next week, we're out here, and we'll talk to y'all.
Oh, here we go.
Later.